Hello, I heart everyone here for more Danganronpa the spare time. We've had stabby times and time to see where that goes. I'm sure that it's all a misunderstanding and we'll have a chance to chat with Xander and clear things up and everything will be a-okay. Ooh. I definitely forgot entirely about this sequence. Could be Xander's sister, maybe? 'Cause red hair? It's strange that I would remember her now of all times. Oh, interesting. What was her name again? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Xander always reminded me of that girl. Perhaps that's why I'm thinking of her now. They look similar, with the same red hair and smile, and they both wanted to help, didn't they? Didn't they? Speaking of Xander, what was I doing? I was in the middle of something important. I feel like I'm on the cusp of waking up. Huh? You're awake. Ow, my abdomen hurts. Feels like I've been stabbed. 'Cause I was stabbed. I'm in the infirmary? Huh? What time is it? How did I get here? What's going on?
Calm down!
Teriko, calm down. I was with Xander. Xander was. Please, take some deep breaths. I need to leave right now. Wait, you're still not fully healed. Come back. Huh? Teriko? You've woken up? Teriko? What's up with the vibes, guys? You're acting like someone died. Everyone else was standing in the halls around the elevator. An uncomfortable silence falls over everyone at my arrival. I ignored them all. The computer lab. He asked me to meet him in the computer lab. Is he still there? Teriko. What? Please, wait a moment before you go in. We have to talk first. Before you enter the computer lab, Xander is... I take a deep breath and steel to my nerves. Then I entered the computer lab. Just the most upsetting string of events. 'Cause I was so obsessed with Xander. Like, he was my number one. He was such a good being. It has such strong Mineo Enomoto vibes. I was fucking devastated, man.
Xander is dead, Teriko.
Legends never die. Oh, this song's good.
Xander.
Oh man, what's this song from? Is this the Danganronpa song? Gosh, I'm trying to remember what game I've heard it in before. Xander. I fell to my knees.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, just a little winded. My abdomen really hurts, and I'm also out of breath. Undoubtedly, you were stabbed after all. I'm surprised that you even survived. Why are you surprised? Of course I survived. No, more importantly, what happened? I need to get my thoughts in order. Oh right, this son of a bitch stabbed me! After dinner together, we all went our separate ways. At around 8 p.m., Veronica and Arturo alerted everyone that they found your body and that they found your and Xander's body. Xander was already dead at that point, but they had discovered that you were still alive, simply unconscious. We took you to the medical bay and performed emergency care. You've been unconscious for some hours. While you were asleep, Mono TV told us that you needed to investigate the crime scene and prepare for a class trial. Class trial? Does that mean that someone killed Xander? Yep, 100%. One of you guys got the jump on Xander and killed him dead. Super duper dead. Deader than my ex-husband. Okay. What? That's crazy. One of us committed a murder? I don't believe it. There's no way. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to skip the entire disbelief monologue bit. We're running short on time here, you see. Terko, you really had to go and get yourself stabbed. Everything got so complicated thanks to you. You know, like little claws. Normally we start a class trial soon after the body discovered, but thanks to your mini coma, we had to wait for who knows how long for you to wake up. It's been 7 years.
You're making my job harder.
I had to give everyone extended investigation time. It's so unfair.
So...
It's almost the morning of the next day, you know. Damn.
So...
Does that mean that everyone already examined the crime scene without me?
Yep.
Yeah, them's the deets. I'll be very generous and give you maybe 30 minutes to get yourself up to snuff, Terko. But after that, we're starting the class trial right away.
I see.
I see. I need to investigate and gather enough details to pinpoint Xander's killer at this class trial. That makes sense. Yep.
Don't you care? What?
Oh, that's right. She does remember. I completely forgot about the way this was handled. Don't you care about Xander? He's dead. Yet you haven't said a single word about him except in regard to investigating. I thought that perhaps you two were friends. And I thought that you would be shocked or sad to see him like this. But you don't seem to care about him at all. I don't care. Why would I care that Xander's dead?
Huh?
Let that crazy out, let that crazy out. Xander is the one who stabbed me. He asked me to meet him here and then he tricked me. Xander lied to me. He manipulated me so that he could try and kill me. For all I know, he was only pretending to be my friend. He said all that crap about fighting against this killing game, but in the end, he's just a damn hypocrite. And I'm pissed off that he had the guts to tell me to trust him and everyone else here.
I don't care.
Why should I care about a liar and a backstabber? He's nothing more than another dead body to me. I don't feel sadness or regret or shock that he's dead. I just feel angry.
How horrible.
Is that really true? Xander? Enough talk of that. I don't have time to waste talking about feelings. I should be used to this. I should be using this limited time to investigate.
I think...
The only explanation I can think of for Xander's death is that someone interfered and killed Xander after he stabbed me. Therefore, I need to find clues that will help me pinpoint who that killer is. First of all, where is everyone else?
Don't you love despair?
Boy, do I. Everyone else investigated as much as they could while you were out cold, but they're all milling around, wallowing in their anguish and sorrow.
Boring.
So boring, right? I kind of want to skip straight to the execution at this point.
Boring.
If a plot is going to be moving this slow. Due to our extended investigation time, we've searched through every room in this floor, from bathrooms to the suites, yet we found little. This computer lab is the only location with any noteworthy evidence. Most people are currently waiting outside for this computer lab near the elevator. If there's someone specific that you want to talk to, you should go there.
So...
Everyone is outside in the hallways then, right? To be honest, it seems a bit strange that no one else other than you came to check on me. We've been talking for quite some time now. It would make sense that everyone's a bit nervous around you. After all, everyone thinks that... never mind that. Everyone is simply a little nervous, that's all. Why are you here, then? I was the one assigned to watch you in the infirmary when you woke up. And when you woke up and ran away all of a sudden, it gave me quite a scare. I don't mind if it's just me and you. To think that no one else wanted to check in on me. Never mind that, it's not important. More pressing matter here is the investigation. How am I supposed to get started? Is there an autopsy file I can look at? It's the Monokuma file! For the last time, I am not giving out any information files about the murderer. Do you think this is some sort of video game where I walk you through all the elements? Hell no! This is television, damn it! I am not going to just hand you the answers. Investigate and figure it out yourself.
Of course.
How helpful. I suppose I'll have to do this by myself. You have me to help out if you want. I can tell you what I found when I was investigating. Thank you for helping, but I think it's best that I see everything with my own eyes. Investigation start. Alright. I'll start by going over the crime scene from a distance. Why is the ground wet? There's water everywhere.
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure. Perhaps there was a leak? I don't think so. There's no sign of a leak from the surrounding walls or ceiling. There are even traces of bloodstain on the ground. They must have been erased in the water. It might actually be my own blood. Right here, where all traces of bloodstains are, right here where all the traces of bloodstains are, is where I was standing when Xander stabbed me. And someone tried to intentionally remove them. I prodded the bloodstains with my finger. See how dry it is, even underwater? These bloodstains aren't coming out easily, even when I rub at it. That suggests the bloodstains couldn't have washed away on their own. Interesting. There's also something on the ground. It looks like something was written on them, but thanks to the water, it's completely illegible. Those scraps of something blue. What is this? I don't know what it is either, but it held together in the water. Therefore, it's definitely not paper. It might be plastic, rubber, or something similar.
Anyway.
Moving on. I suppose I should check Xander's body for now. Hey, Xander.
Are you alright?
If you're not okay with dead bodies, I'll be okay, man. Alright, let's see. I'm so sad, man. The most obvious thing of note is that he was injured in the throat. There's no way he could have survived this. His blood must have sprayed out because it's all over his body and... I wonder what the murder weapon was. I don't see anything that could have caused this wound around here. Oh, the murder weapon is here.
Huh?
Why is it bagged? Because your body was part of the original crime scene. We had to move items around. If you want a picture of the original crime scene, your best option is to ask Rose. She painted it. Alright, I'll get to that. By the looks of it, the knife was taken from the kitchen. I suppose that anyone could have accessed those knives.
Oh.
Wait, this is a knife that Xander used to stab me. I'm certain of that. Is that true? When we found your body, this knife was in your hand, Teruko. I've never touched this thing, I swear. I'm telling the truth. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone else. Alright, I'll cross-check that later. I should continue examining Xander's body. His whole body is soaking wet. It must be from the water underground. Really, this water is everywhere. My socks are starting to get wet. Isn't it bad to have this much water in a room full of computers? The water puddles are limited to the front of his room, away from the computers. No electronics have been damaged. Thank goodness for that. Do you know how expensive computers are these days? Actually, we're cheaper than ever. But still a big strain on our budget, which is $0. We don't make any money from, television show. I'm in a lot of debt, please help me. Danganronpa, the spare time creator, is this a cry for actual help? Moving on. Xander looks a little shocked, doesn't he? Huh? What do you mean?
It seems that...
Look at his facial expression. Not only did he die with eyes open, but his facial expression looked to be that of shock. Did his killer take him by surprise and kill him?
I'm not quite sure.
I would like to say that he died rather quickly, but I can't be too sure since I'm not someone with medical experience. There's no more than speculation, but a wound as large as this would have at very least caused him to promptly fall unconscious. Then his cause of death would have been through brain hypoxia, exsanguination, drowning in his own blood, or something else. Wonderful. Depends on what structures in the neck. The killer hit. Still, if someone stabbed me in the throat, I'd imagine that I'd look pretty surprised too. I see. For his eye patch of his, it looks a little disheveled. Ouchies. No wonder Charles ran away. I carefully brush his hair back and take the eye patch off its face. Ugh. Yep, and it's the same injury he showed me in the infirmary. Just imagine that it changed. You've seen it before? A while back, I met Xander in the infirmary while he was changing his eye patch.
How horrible.
What a horrible injury. Looked like his entire eye was gouged out of his face. How on earth did such a thing happen? According to Xander, he received the injury I can't stop yawning! According to Xander, he received the injury sometime before we all arrived here. I believe that to be true, seeing that he had an eye injury ever since I first met him. Put the eye patch back on. His hands are also covered in blood. Half his shirt is tucked in. Very suspicious. His right hand is stained with blood on the back of his hand, but the left hand is stained on the inside of the hand. Oh, strange.
I'm curious.
Do you know if Xander is left-handed or right-handed? He's a righty, I believe, unlike me. Think back on it, he did use his right hand to stab me. The blood stains on the back of the right hand match up with the spray of my blood when that happened. I wonder where the blood stains on his left hand came from. It's probably inconsequential, right? After all, words that I did not get to read. After all, his whole body is covered with blood. There's even some splattered on his shirt. It's probably my blood as well from when he stabbed me. Exactly how much blood have you lost? How are you even conscious right now? I'm just built different. I guess I have a lot of blood. Is he carrying anything on his person? The only item he has is this. It's hidden in his jacket pocket. It shows no sign of being fired, but still. Don't touch it, alright? We may be in an investigation period, but it's still a dangerous weapon. I'm surprised that no one confiscated this. Oh yeah, the model gun. Just thinking of things with Xander and like how he trusted Terko with information like the model gun. It's like, obviously, he really trusted her. What the heck was said to him to make him do the stab? But at the same time, perhaps simply leaving it here under everyone's collective watch was the safest option, since we cannot guarantee that anyone here can be trusted to keep a gun. Oh, I assure you, I am not worried about this gun going off. I suppose Xander kept this on him, but he couldn't have possibly used it for anything, seeing it as it's a dud. Did he tell me about this gun earlier just to win my trust? He really spent a lot of effort to befriend me, only to tear down that friendship within a few short moments. Yeah. There's something more to it. It doesn't seem like there's anything else worth noting on Xander's body. Since you mentioned it already, I'm curious. You keep saying that Xander stabbed you in this room, but why were the two of you here in the first place? That's a good question.
The truth is,
Xander said he had a plan to fight against the mastermind and asked me to meet with him in private after dinner. I suppose that was nothing more than a lie on his part to lure me out.
I see.
That makes a bit of sense, I suppose. Is there anything else noteworthy in this room? You should check the CD readers on the left. There's important evidence in there. What's this? What's the difference again? It's a DVD. I can tell because to me, DVDs taste like cookies. Cookies and cream, and CDs taste like chocolate and mint. Wow. Of course, I'm a robot. If you try to taste it, you'll only taste plastic. I picked the DVD up. It was upside down in the reader. Did that happen during the investigation? No, it was like that when we found it. After we investigated, we returned everything to their original positions whenever possible. Flip the DVD over to the other side.
Let's see.
There's some text written on the front in marker. 3MOC.
See.
What does that mean? I accidentally wiped away some of the marker. Are you trying to manipulate the evidence? I'm right here, you know.
Wait!
No way! Why would I try and erase evidence? Everyone already investigated. What good could I even do for me? I'll write it back on. There, nothing happened, okay? You're being awfully suspicious.
Jeez.
Seriously, it was a mistake. You're so harsh. In any case, let's see what happens when I play it. Don't bother. We have been trying for a while, but it won't play. Perhaps the DVD readers are broken here.
Really?
Really? Let me try. Put the DVD into player. That's a CD player. Well, maybe it was a CD after all. You'd think I'd learn the difference the first time. This DVD was left in a CD player. I wonder why that is. I walked over to the right side of a room to put DVD in the correct player. True to her words, I couldn't get the DVD to play anything. Well, that's a bit of an issue, but I'm pressed for time right now. No choice but to move on.
In any case,
I believe you have just finished checking everything of note in here. Should we try talking to everyone else now?
huh?
Are you alright?
Is something the matter? Just now, I could have sworn I saw a flash of light. Never mind that. Let's leave. I turned around to exit the room. I noticed something strange. Huh? The light switch to this room. Out of order. Since when has this been here? Oh, that sign has been here for a while.
Yep.
The light switch broke sometime around when Xander died. Totes doesn't work. For the purpose of facilitating your investigation, I turned on the emergency lights. Otherwise, this room would be completely dark, and you would be unable to turn the lights on. This place is falling apart at an alarming pace. How am I going to fix everything that's breaking at this rate? The sign. Wait, don't touch that. You could get hurt. I peeled the out of order sign off the light switch. There's something about the sign that seems off to me. It's water stained. I flipped it around and looked at the back side. Suspicious. 'Cause surely Xander wouldn't be given this random note of paper anonymously and have no context for it and be like, this paper says kill Teruko Tamaki. Maybe I should. That would be insane. As for the light switch itself, it looks like the plate came off a bit. Is it broken? I take it off, but given my luck, I'm a bit hesitant to start poking around the electrical circuitry. Yeah, I'm no electrician, but it looks pretty normal to me. Just wires and metal things. What do you think, Min? Yes, it's the normal wiring for a basic light switch. It doesn't look like it's been tampered with. In my opinion, nothing worth noting. To be honest, I thought there might be a secret under here, but I guess not. Secret? What were you expecting? Hidden gold? Okay, that's everything I need to see in here. Let's go talk to everyone else. Everyone is still standing around in the hallway.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Teriko.
I guess you're not dead. Sure, David's feeling real great about having his good buddy being dead. You know, he was completely sincere until the moment Xander died. Then that's when things went to shit for him. Not quite. I want to talk to you all to get an idea of what you were doing last night after dinner when Xander was murdered. That's not a problem, right? You want to ask us for our alibis, but... No, it's not a problem. Go ahead, I suppose. That's a good idea, Teriko. Not everyone is here in the hallway at this moment, but at the very least, you should try and gather information from those who are. I'll start by giving you my alibi. Whoops. The last time any of us saw Xander alive was shortly after dinner, which was, at 6 p.m. The first person to discover the body did so at 8 p.m. I'll tell you what I was doing during that time frame. Last night, I was cleaning the kitchen. That took up most of my time. You remember when you dropped that cake on the ground, right? You made quite the mess. That was a few days ago, right? Why wait that long to clean up? Maybe a bit of a procrastinator. In any case, both Eden and Hu Jing were also in the kitchen at the time, thus they can verify that I was there. Were you exclusively in the kitchen at that time? No, I left a few times to get cleaning supplies from the laundry room.
I see.
That's all I need to know, thank you. And thank you for all your help. I appreciate it. Hello, Rose. You want to know what I was doing last night? After dinner, I fell asleep in the cafeteria and took a nap. I don't know anything that happened. Min and Rose are gonna have the same voice. Much like everyone else, so it's not really that strange. I see. Were you asleep the entire time between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.? Maybe. I don't remember. Do you have anyone to back up your alibi? I don't know. Ask around. Maybe someone else is there.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Had I known a murder would happen, I probably would have been more alert.
Of course.
Alright, that's not helpful at all. What I need from you is a picture of that original crime scene before anyone altered it during the investigation.
Yeah.
Right, because we had a couple of hours of extended investigation. I had enough time to make a drawing of the unaltered... No, she really did do a drawing. Damn. That's beautiful. I had enough time to make a drawing of the unaltered crime scene from my memory. It looked exactly like this. I love the texture. It's beautiful. I don't think anything has changed much, other than the fact that your body was removed from the crime scene. Seeing myself like this is a little off-putting, to say the least. I was stabbed in the abdomen in the center aisle, so my body must have been moved. Speaking of that stab wound, I checked under my shirt. Doesn't that hurt? It does, but I tuned out the pain after a while. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so it's bearable. Maybe I ran a bunch of painkillers.
Anyway.
Back to this picture. Just as Min said, I was holding the knife that Xander used to stab me. That's strange. Was it put in my hand to set me up? Thank you for letting me look at this. No problem.
Hello.
Neon's too real. Hello, Teriko. Can you two tell me what you were doing last night between 6 and 8 to 8 p.m.? I guess. This all has been
It'll
one
be
long
all right.
nightmare. It'll be alright, sweetie. Keep it together for a while longer, okay? You're right. I'm glad that you're alright, Teruko. There's nothing else that cheers me up a little. Can you tell me your alibis? Alright. After dinner, Hu Jing and I cleaned up the cafeteria. I see. Did you see any other people? Let me think. Levi and Jay came into the kitchen at 6:30 p.m. to investigate. I think Rose, R.A., is that how you pronounce it? And Whit were in the cafeteria. We're in the cafeteria? Before Levi and Jay came in, they weren't there later, except for Rose. Oh gosh. I think she was there the whole time. Oh, Min was in the kitchen too. She was cleaning or something. Then Hu Jing went to the cafeteria. But that was when Levi and Jay entered the kitchen. Oh, did I mention that they left afterwards? They left after 30 minutes, so that would probably be around 7 p.m. I think. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Perhaps that would have been more informative in chronological order, Eden. I'm so sorry. It's surprisingly hard to remember exactly everything that happened. Who, help me out here. Of course. Eden and I cleaned up after dinner. Min came in too at times to clean up some of the mess you ladies left from baking. They were looking for various locations for some clues relevant to our situation, such as an escape route. When they came into the kitchen, I decided to move to the cafeteria to give them space. I met with R.A. and Rose in the cafeteria. Levi and Jay moved to the cafeteria later and then left with R.A. Alright, I'll try and sort that out in my head. Thanks for telling me at least.
It's no issue.
I still have difficulty believing that one of us is really dead. Xander was still alive and talking with us only a day ago. Now we have to do this investigation. How terrible.
Hey!
Tell me, Teruko, how does it feel to almost be the first victim? Are you confronting your own fragile mortality right now?
Cut that out.
Can you cut those questions out? We're dealing with a serious situation. I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you two were doing last night between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.? After dinner, I convinced both Ace and Arturo. How would you get Ace involved? To watch a horror movie with me in the screening room. Convinced? You strong-armed us both into coming with you. The movie ended a little bit before 8 p.m. Since the movie screening room is right across the hall from the computer lab, I was the first to discover the body. Oh, that reminds me. I should look at the map since it's possible that the layout of the rooms could be important. Ooh. So fancy. Oh, let me look at these little sprites. Oh, they're so cute. Since you were so close to the scene of a crime the whole time, did you notice anything going on? The doors of a movie screening room were closed, and the movie was loud. Therefore, none of us noticed anything going on outside the room the whole time. You might have been able to prevent the whole situation from happening had you been a little more attentive. I'm sorry, they were screaming.
I'm sorry.
I know, I'm sorry. Xander is dead, and I feel as if I might be a little bit at fault.
Anyway.
Moving on. You were first to discover the body, right? What about Arturo and Ace, who were with you? I was the first to discover the body. Arturo was right after me. Someone had to go alert other people, but I don't trust Veronica enough to leave her alone with a body.
Right.
Right, and I don't trust Arturo either. Because of that, we both went together to get the others. I don't know what the fuck Ace was doing. Does that mean you left the crime scene unattended? Yes, we did, but I believe that was a short enough amount of time that no one could have tampered with the crime scene. What about Ace? Wasn't he in the movie screening room with you? Yes, he was curled up in a ball crying in the corner. I was asleep. Passed out from here. He was asleep. Either that or he passed out from fear. Probably the latter. You left him alone? I don't believe that he did anything in that time. He was asleep after all.
By the way,
Arturo, were you the one to bandage my wound? Yes, that was me.
I'm not your doctor.
Wow. I'll have you know that I'm not helping you willingly. Everyone simply has this ridiculous idea that I should play doctor to everyone here. But even then, you did do it. That's so sweet. Thanks, Arturo. Despite the fact that my specialty is in cosmetic surgery, not emergency care. Oh well. I'm not as experienced with these sort of procedures, but thankfully I ended up not having to perform a serious operation on you. While you did suffer a stab wound in the lower abdomen, the knife didn't cut any major organs or major blood vessels. No significant structures in your body were damaged, and you didn't even go into shock. There was very little I had to do for you. I suppose that you're simply very lucky. No surprise there. In any case, thank you for healing me.
I don't want your thanks.
As soon as we leave this wretched place, I wholly intend to charge you in full for the cost of this procedure. But I don't have money. Or insurance.
Just die.
Just die. Not my problem. It's Terrico. I thought you were dead. I have been talking with other people here for several minutes already.
You're no fun.
You're so cold. Learn to take a joke. We're about to go to a trial to find out who killed Xander. Forgive me if I'm not in the best of moods right now. Give me your alibi from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. last night. Do you think you're some sort of detective going around and gathering evidence? Ari just gets really drunk all of a sudden. Just tell me. Fine, jeez. I was in the cafeteria most of the time. I was with Wit for a little while. We were playing this really fun game that I like to call See How Many Things You Can Stack on Rose Before She Wakes Up. At some point, Wit left to use the bathroom, but then he never came back. Actually, I still haven't seen him since. Maybe he's taking a 12-hour-long shit. Or a crocodile came out of the pipes and ate him. Since you were in the cafeteria, did you see anyone else? Yeah, Rose was there the whole time, asleep like a weirdo. Why can't she sleep at night like a normal person? I wish I could sleep at night like a normal person. Jing came in too, but she's so boring to talk to. All she does is nag me about getting along with others or something equally dumb. I left with Levi and Jay to watch them poke around the infirmary, but they didn't find anything interesting. At least Jay is fun to bother. She gets flustered so easily, it's almost cute. Okay, your alibi is all I need from you. Thanks for your cooperation. Huh? That's it? Don't I get some sort of compensation for helping you? Hey David, what's up, bud? Hello, David. Yes. Can you tell me about your alibi from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. last night? David?
Forgive me, but...
Pardon my rudeness, but I'm not in the mood to talk to others right now. Could you please leave me alone? Xander is dead. Are you upset because you were close to Xander?
well,
If it makes you feel better. He's a fucking jackass. Xander, we're here right now. I'm sure he'd say something along the lines of, don't give up, or we have to power through this. Maybe thinking of Xander will encourage you, or some shit, I don't fucking care.
Can you stop that?
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Forgive my outburst. I suppose you won't leave me be until you've heard my alibi. After dinner last night, I went to the laundry room. I was there the whole time. That's all you need, right? Did you see anyone else? You really need more detail. Saw Min and Nico at some point. I get that Min was probably getting cleaning supplies, but what was Nico doing there? I don't know. He came in for a short moment and left as soon as he saw me.
Leave me alone.
Terrico, I don't want to keep pressing it, but I would really like to be alone. Alright, I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you be now. Have you finished talking to everyone here? Yeah, I'll have to follow up with everyone at the trial. I think I've gathered all the evidence I can.
Wait.
There's one more important missing piece of evidence. 2 days ago, at dinner, Mono TV announced that it would give us some sort of motive today to encourage us to kill. Yet, we haven't heard of his motive at all. We just went ahead and killed without that shit. We're very proactive like that. Regardless, the killer still must have had some sort of reason to kill Xander. Xander certainly had an extraordinary personality. He was the kind of person to pick fights with all sorts of people. If you're suggesting that someone killed Xander out of sheer anger or spite, I believe that to be unlikely. I doubt that anyone hated Xander enough to kill him for that reason. It's true that he had a strong, aggressive personality, that he might not have been on good terms with everyone. Even taking that into account, though, it seems far-fetched that anyone would have killed Xander simply based on personal grudge, myself included. Yourself included? You weren't on good terms with him? No, I wasn't. To be honest, that man infuriates me. For all his talk about how my talent is pointless, education has nothing to do with my future, has he no sense at all? I understand to some extent where he's coming from, but he knows nothing of the life I live. And he goes and fucking stabs you like, psh, what was I supposed to do? Of course I had to kill him.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous for someone with the talent of rebel to try and force his perspective on me without considering my own point of view. Even then, I could tell that he had the best intentions, misguided as they may be. And I'm sure that everyone here could tell that he had a compassionate, if not slightly reckless heart. I'm sure he wanted nothing more than to help others. To kill someone like that because of a minor slight would be incomprehensible. I see. That's how you feel about him. That's how I've always felt about him. My opinion on Xander has not changed since I met him. I do not consider myself a person to have their emotions easily swayed. And I didn't think you were either. So for you to have reversed your attitude on him so quickly and completely, is it only because you feel betrayed? Or is there some other reason? Teruka? It's okay if you tell me. The truth is, Bing bong.
Listen up.
Okay, time's up. Investigation's over. Whoa, I'm on TV. Everyone please gather in an elevator and the class trial will begin shortly. Everyone who wasn't already here begins to filter in. Man, I guess this is really happening. This is messed up beyond belief. Someone is dead, and we have to find out which of us is the killer? For real? Shit, I don't want to do this. Why are we gathering here of all places? Enter the elevator, everyone. It'll take you down to the trial grounds. Oh yeah, I fixed the elevator. I love how this place is just falling apart. Trial grounds.
Yep.
There's a special class trial room built for this purpose. You all will discuss your evidence and reach the conclusion of who killed Xander. Are you ready? Of course I'm not. But I don't have a choice, do I? Let's go. We all stood in intense silence as the elevator took us down. The only sounds I could hear were rumbling of the elevator. Oh, there I go again. Finally, the elevator ground to a halt. We don't get any iconic standing in the elevator art. That's shocking. This is a trial room. Indeed. You'll find that there's a place for all 16 of you, so take your places. Well, I suppose it's 15 now. It is funny how even though you only come here when one person dies, we still gotta have those 16 spots. At any rate, please stand in front of a podium that has your name on it. Well, I suppose we do need the space for our, dead portraits. We all made our way to our respective podiums as we prepared ourselves to begin this class trial. Oh, my
Are we
boy.
all ready? Let us begin the class trial to identify the Blacken that killed Xander Matthews, the ultimate rebel.
Ooh, yeah.
That Blacken is one of you. Sow
Gosh,
those
it's
seeds
such
of
good
distrust and
art.
fight amongst one another to reach the truth.
Hey, Charles. Charles hasn't said anything. I wonder how he's doing.
It'll be an exciting battle. A thrilling show of hope and despair.
Despair. Xander. Oh, sweet Ace. I just have such a soft spot for them constantly freaking out guys.
Welcome to the class trial.
And they lash out because they're just so freaked out, you know? Here we go.
Woohoo!
I hope you all liked that hype sequence. The class trial is gonna be a lot of fun. Wahoo! But before we get started on that, HR requires that I read out some rules and regulations.
Aw, man, so good.
During the class trial, you must discuss the evidence amongst yourselves and reach a conclusion of who the Blackened killer is. If you vote for the correct Blackened, then only they will be punished.
But if you pick the wrong one, then everyone besides the Blackened will be punished.
And that person alone will be allowed to leave the show, capiche?
I would love to see a Danganronpa where the criminal gets away in the first chapter and then the rest of the game is just something entirely different. That'd be amazing. Say, what's the deal with that portrait of Xander?
Oh, those? Here at Danganronpa to Spare Time, we make sure to include everyone in all our activities, even the dead.
Entertaining, isn't it?
It would be a real shame if we left Xander out of future trials and motives just because he's dead. I do realize now that since we never enter his trial room.
Oh, hey, this is exactly what I was saying. At least one person died. Maybe we should have only been 15 podiums instead of 16. I could have saved on the budget, but we're here now.
But then again, it is way easier to divide a circle into 16 parts than in 15 parts. Thank goodness the Hope's Peak's class is 16 students. If there were 23 of you or something, then I'd have a real math problem on my hands.
That's horrible.
How cruel. You're making fun of a deceased.
I wish that none of this is happening right now.
How troubling.
It's still difficult to believe that one of us is truly dead. And someone as energetic and spirited as Xander, no less. I'm sure our current situation could benefit from his energy.
Damn it.
Xander may have been annoying as hell, but he didn't deserve to die like this. I swear, Xander, for your sake, I'll make your killer pay.
Okay, that's enough reminiscing about the dead.
Moving.
We're already on air. Go on and get started.
But where do we even start? Let's all get this over with and vote right now for who we think the killer is. A majority vote will end up being correct, right?
I disagree.
That would be a bad idea. The purpose of his trial is so that we lay all the facts and evidence in order to figure out the identity of the Blackened for certain. I just keep getting tripped up by these very long sentences, and it's just like, where's a pause? How do I word these words in a way that words? Recall that the consequences here for failure is death. Holy shit! I don't want to die! Even though my life sucks, dying would suck harder. Aww.
In any case,
Let's start with the basic facts for the murder. The victims of this case is Xander Matthews, the ultimate rebel, whose body was discovered in a computer lab at 8 p.m.
considering the evidence,
He was murdered sometime between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. The cause of death was a single stab wound to the throat, inflicted by a kitchen knife. Terako Tawaki's body was also discovered at the crime scene. She suffered a single stab wound in the abdomen. She survived and is present at the trial right now. As for a motive of murder, I'm not sure. Mono TV had promised to release a motive for everyone today, but I haven't seen it yet.
Which aspect of the murder shall we discuss first?
I suppose.
I think it would be ideal to first establish a sequence of events leading up to Xander's murder. Right, it all started when Mrs. and Mr. Matthews decided to get together and... not that far back. I think that only the last few hours of his life are relevant to this case.
So...
We were together at dinner. I mean, everyone including me and him were. We were together at dinner. That's the last time I saw him. Then dinner ended and we all went our separate ways. Where did Xander go after that? He went straight to the computer lab.
You're awfully suspicious, you know that?
Earlier at lunch, Xander had asked me to meet him in the computer lab, claiming that he wanted to tell me about some plan he had to confront the mastermind. We both met up there after dinner, where he tried to murder me instead by stabbing me with the kitchen knife.
Wait, really?
I find that hard to believe.
Xander tried to kill you? I find that hard to believe. I didn't even realize that, like, it wasn't widely known that, yeah, Xander kind of fucking stabbed me. Did the blood loss get to your head? What are you talking about? Of all the stories you could have cooked up, Teruko, that one might be the least believable. I was stabbed! Huh? What do you all mean? Why don't we vote already? I don't see much point in dragging on this trial when we already agree on who the killer is. I'm sorry. You must have lost me. What are you talking about?
Stupid bitch!
Playing dumb? You're such a stupid bitch. Obviously, you killed Xander. We all know that by now.
What? I killed Xander? Don't play dumb.
Yeah, don't play dumb.
Huh?
Aren't you all jumping to conclusions too fast? We've barely discussed this case.
I'm sorry, but...
We have all talked while you were unconscious, and we came to the conclusion that you're most likely Xander's murderer. It's a good thing we did, too. Exactly how long were you going to needlessly drag out this trial? Hang on, you got it all wrong. How am I Xander's killer?
Seriously?
You were at the scene of a crime with the murder weapon in your hand. How much more obvious can you get? Not to mention, you admitted moments ago to meeting up with Xander privately at the computer lab, where his body was found. You were the last person with him. Come on, guys, it's the obvious red herring. You can't be falling for it so easily. That doesn't make me his killer. Xander was the one who asked me to meet him in the computer lab. Do you have any evidence to back up that claim? Any witnesses to Xander saying that? I really like this music. I don't know. But still, you have to believe me. Xander's the one who brought the knife and attacked me. That knife was taken from the kitchen, so he could have accessed it any time. That means little. If anyone could have taken the kitchen knife, then it just as easily could have been you who took it.
Even so...
Ignoring the fact that you have no proof to back up any of your statements so far. Even if Xander was the one to strike first, couldn't the two of you have gotten into a fight that killed him? For example, he could have threatened you, so you pulled out your own weapon in self-defense and fought him, winning in the end, resulting in two of you suffering stab wounds. After he stabbed me, I fell unconscious. I don't know what happened afterwards, and I definitely didn't kill him.
That's just a load of crap.
Don't bother lying. You think you can trick us easily? I mean, think about the crime scene. It's obvious that there was a fight between you two. That makes you the killer.
Wait!
Seriously, everyone, you've got it all wrong. I swear I'm not the killer. Can you explain why you have a murder weapon when your bodies were discovered? No, because I was unconscious. I'm not too sure. Maybe the killer's trying to frame me. I'm not too sure at this point in time, but... Please, everyone believe me.
I believe you.
I believe you, Teruko. Eden.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Why don't we discuss this?
Let's return to the original topic, which was establishing a sequence of events. That should clear up any confusion. Everyone was together at dinner. Teriko and Xander were there too. Teriko's story is to be believed. Both Teriko and Xander met in the computer lab after dinner. Either Teriko or Xander brought a knife from its kitchen and also made the first move, attacking the other party. I suppose it doesn't matter who acted first in the end, though I can't say that I'm not curious. It's most probable that Teriko attacked first.
It's possible that...
But it's not out of a question for Xander to have made the first move, with the weapon switching hands between the two of them during the fight. Whoever attacked first. The result is a fight between the two of them that ended up in Xander's death and Teriko's falling unconscious. Xander suffered a stab wound in the throat that killed him, while Teriko received a stab wound in the lower abdomen and fell unconscious. Then Arturo and I discovered the body at 8 p.m. We all know what happened after that. That story doesn't explain all the evidence at the crime scene. What about the strange DVD? Or the water on the ground?
Who cares?
Does that even matter? Maybe someone was watching some videos and there was the water leak. Big whoop. Stop grasping at straws.
Wait just a second.
Hang on, wait a second. You're making a huge mistake.
I didn't kill Xander!
Let's vote already and put this trial behind us. Seconded. This case is too obvious. All the evidence points to her. Voting time already? Wow, that was fast. Stop. Please wait. For a moment. You're all wrong. I didn't kill Xander. Everyone, wait just a minute. Shouldn't we hear her out?
I'm sorry.
I'm truly sorry, Teriko. I know that you're upset for having been caught, but we have to do this. If we don't vote for who the Blackened is, we'll all die. So don't fucking vote for me!
You'll all die?
That sounds great,
That's
actually.
why you're voting for me?
Well, then...
You're doing this because you don't want to die? Seriously?
Let the crazy begin.
Alright, fine. Go ahead and vote for me. If you want to end your life that badly, go ahead. Teriko? What's wrong? Have you completely lost it?
I think the stress of this situation is getting to her.
I suppose that it's my fault for not anticipating this. Xander pretended to be my friend, and then betrayed me to try and end my life. You all are the same. Without thinking about it, without any concern for my life, you want to call me Xander's killer? I got my hopes up thinking we could all work together. But then again, I'm always making that same mistake. Over and over and over. I'm a fool for trusting anyone. I'm such an idiot, it makes me laugh. Why did I ever think I could be friends with you all here? Why did I think everything could be normal? I shouldn't have ever put my trust in anyone at all. Teriko, please calm down.
Please calm
Putting me in
down.
this situation. You leave me no choice. I'll have to prove my innocence with evidence. I'll show you all why I'm not the killer.
Bonk.
I must say, your apparent lapse in sanity is concerning at best, but doesn't do much to help your case. It would benefit you to work on your charisma. I don't know what you're talking about, David. Besides, none of you are any different. You'll
Do you
all
have
show
any
you're
proof?
crazy. Regardless, how exactly do you plan to prove to us that you aren't the killer?
Stupid!
You know don't even have any ideas, do you? No, but...
But I do.
What? I've got some important evidence that'll put this trial at rest.
Irritating.
You, of all people, bearing important evidence, I have to laugh.
Okay, so,
I remember the first time I was going through this, being a fan of Charles, I was very aware of the fact of like, yo, what's going on with Charles? He has not said a word. What's happening?
thing is...
I know I was doing other stuff during the investigation, and I also only looked at the crime scene for a total of like 30 seconds, but I can make that all up right now. What?
Seriously?
You admitted yourself you didn't investigate at all. How could you possibly have anything useful to tell us?
Check it out.
You guys all have, I'll remember that each of us have custom weapons left in our bedrooms, right? I have a record of who has what weapon exactly.
You guys should pause and read this carefully.
Alright.
Because it's probably going to be useful.
Okie dokie. I'm ready. Whee! Alright, Terrico, hunting knife. Veronica, horror collection. Alexander, pistol. Julia, universal remote. David, megaphone. Rose, turpentine. Wit, stationary. Arturo, scalpel. Levi, brass knuckles. Eden, wrench. Min, pen. Pentmiter and a sword. R.A., rope. Ace, riding crop. Nico, laser pointer. I thought I said loser pointer for a second. And Who, a wire. Interesting collection we've got here. What about Charles? What does Charles get?
Wow.
Wow, but I guess you're good for something after all.
Seriously?
And you didn't bring this up earlier? How irresponsible are you? You all sure have weird ways of phrasing thank you, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for this, Wit. I'm sure this evidence will be greatly helpful to the trial. How did you get your hands on something like that? Let's just say I've got it from a friend. I have to be honest though, some of these so-called weapons are really weird. How you doing, Charles? In what world does a laser pointer count as a weapon? Or a collection of horror movies? Or a megaphone?
Scary.
Those movies are a devastating psychological weapon. If you saw them, you would know. I almost died watching them. No, you only passed out because you were scared. You were not in danger at any point. Fucking drama queen. Maybe in a fantasy world, you could use the megaphone to shoot robot bears. Aim to spare, girls. What are you talking about? Okay, let's all stay on topic, please.
How interesting.
That's interesting. Terrico, your weapon is a knife. And a murder weapon is also a knife. Don't you think that's too much of a coincidence to be ignored? Are you serious? The murder weapon was clearly a knife taken from the kitchen. I am well aware, but have you heard of the concept of priming? It's a psychological phenomenon in which exposure to one stimulus influences how someone will react to later related stimuli. In other words, I'm saying that the fact that your custom weapon was a knife influenced you to pick the knife. How is that evidence? That's nothing more than speculation on your part. So what? That still makes you suspicious. Not to mention you still have absolutely no evidence to back up any of your made-up stories. Veronica's right, you probably took a kitchen knife to look less suspicious. I do have evidence to support my point. If we continue discussing this, you'll see that I'm telling the truth. Welcome to the first non-stop debate. Here are important controls used in playing this mini-game. Use the pause button to pause the video, the play button to play the video. These controls are located at the lower left of your screen. Trust me, I've been using that pause function really well. You can also make the sound louder or quieter with the volume controls. Oh, thank you. Finally, if a moving script text is too hard to read, please turn on captions for a transcript of this or any other minigame. Thank you, tutorial. Non-stop debate, start! We all agree that the murder weapon was a knife. Does that really single out Teriko? You know, it's possible that your exposure to knives primed you to choose a knife as your murder weapon of choice. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Nope, it's definitely making Teriko suspicious. Are you all ignoring the fact that Teriko's knife and the murder weapon are completely different knives? You did so good at replicating the style of the trials. Those custom weapons have nothing to do with this case.
I'm telling the truth.
Oh, we do perjury immediately. That's amazing.
I'm telling the truth.
That's so good. It's really funny too. You'll see I'm telling the truth if you just fucking listen to me. Lies immediately. No, it would be wrong to say that those custom weapons have nothing to do with this case. It's true that I didn't use that hunting knife that was given to me. I'm sure your guys' investigation can confirm that I didn't bring it to the crime scene. Rather, I left it in my room the whole time. But Xander did have that gun on his person. That's true, I suppose.
What's your point?
What's your point? That doesn't mean anything.
If I was trying to kill Xander like you all claimed, why didn't he fire his gun? He should have if he wanted to win a fight. Exactly. Wouldn't drawing and firing his gun give him a massive advantage in a fight? In addition, the sound of a gun would have alerted people to his location, or we could help him out. However, his gun is fully loaded and not a single bullet is fired.
I'll prove you wrong.
That's because he didn't want to alert people to the confrontation. Doesn't that imply he was trying to murder me? If he was the assailant, not the victim, then he definitely wouldn't want to draw other people's attention, lest he get caught. That's a lie, of course. I'm the only one here who knows that Xander's gun is non-functional, and he would never be able to fire it. That does make sense, I suppose.
I find that hard to believe.
I have trouble believing that Xander would be the kind of person to commit murder. You have to believe it. You've got no other choice if you want to solve this case.
Even so.
Still, that doesn't absolve you of your guilt. Even if Xander attacked you first, he still ended up a victim, no? He still could have been the one to kill him. You still could have been the one to kill him. If anything, that merely provides evidence for your murder. He attacked you and you acted in self-defense and killed him.
You're wrong.
That's not true. Is this really the hill you want to die on? Convincing yourselves that I'm the killer, no matter what I say?
So what?
What sort of defense is that? Are you trying to guilt everyone? Because it's totally not working. Do you have any real proof of your innocence? Yes, this time I do. I don't. We're just gonna practice our good lawyer tactics. Bluffing. I suppose I'll have to take a random guess and hope that I can use that evidence. Random guess! Such a funny mechanic. Let's take the knife. I'll just toss this out. How about that? Bloodstains on a knife, huh? Take a look at that. Yeah, bloodstains makes me feel sick. How does it make you feel, Charles? Is there something special about those bloodstains?
Let's see.
Yes, there is. Look, the blade and part of the handle is splattered in my blood, right? But the upper part of the handle is dry because someone's hand was holding it there.
So what?
So? Rose, do you have your drawing of the crime scene? Yeah, I do.
Seriously?
Are we really going to base our conclusions on a drawing?
I have a photographic memory.
In case you have any doubts, I can guarantee that this image is 100% accurate. My memory and drawing skills are perfect. What about your lying skills? You can tell me if I missed out any detail or fabricated
or fabricate any evidence. But you won't. Besides, for a majority of you here who witnessed this scene in person, this drawing is meant to only serve as a reminder of the evidence. Do you really think I'd try and fabricate a record of something that 13 of you have already seen? Right, the image is mostly for my own benefit, because I could not have seen the original crime scene.
Anyway,
look at both of my hands. Neither of them are stained with blood. However, the back of Xander's right hand is.
It's kind of wild that neither of her hands are stained with blood, considering the way she was gripping her wound when she was stabbed. I mean, I guess mostly her arms were covering it, but still, just clean hands is impressive. I do remember that being the case when we found Teruko's body. Wouldn't that suggest that Xander stabbed me with the knife and had his hand stained with my blood? My voice is doing great with all this reading.
If I had stabbed Xander in the throat, the blood spray should have at least touched my hands. Xander is the one who handled the knife, not me.
That doesn't prove anything. You could have washed your hands or could have used a different weapon. I passed the fuck out, okay, guys?
That's true, but since we're on topic of bloodstains, if you continue this line of thinking, you'll see that I couldn't have been the murderer.
Ooh, non-stop debate start.
Just because there are certain bloodstains on the knife.
Oh, I also didn't notice the bard over there at Social.com.
Doesn't mean that you are innocent. Examining the patterns of the blood in other parts of a crime scene may yield some interesting information. There is blood everywhere.
You gotta be more specific than that.
What about the blood spill on the ground? Since the blood stains on the ground were washed off by the water, there's nothing we can gain from those.
no, that's wrong.
Your objection. Break.
There's a lot of information to be gleaned from the fact that there are traces of a blood stain on the ground. The blood that was spilt and had to dry before water was splashed on top of it, which explains why those bloodstains did not dissolve in the water.
It seems that
Because they were partially wiped away in spite of that. It makes sense to infer that they were intentionally removed by someone, rather than simply washing away into water on its own. I don't get this at all. Where are you going with this? The spot between the two aisles is where I was initially stabbed by Xander, and those bloodstains are the proof. Because my body was discovered in a different position, that implies that someone else moved my body while I was unconscious.
no chance.
Your story is still flawed. Regardless of whether or not Xander was trying to kill you, you still could have somehow disarmed him and struck first.
But I didn't.
You're wrong.
If Xander stabbed me after I attacked first, then you're telling me that a man with severe and fatal throat injury somehow had the strength to take the knife out of his throat or from my hands and used it to attack me? It's not possible. A wound like that would have caused Xander to lose consciousness instantly, not outright die.
It's possible that.
It's just like, oh, it's possible, alright? Shut up, medical professional.
It's possible that those bloodstains are Xander's, not yours.
David, for fuck's sake.
I am not a person capable of moving Xander's 170-pound body and scrubbing away bloodstains while I have a stab wound in my abdomen. Unless you're suggesting I did all of that first and then stabbed myself afterwards for fun. Even if I did that, which one of us would have cleaned up my blood?
I love Teruko just being sick of everyone's shit.
Can you stop being so incredulous for a minute and listen to what I have to say?
There's no need to be so vitriolic. We're all doing our best to solve this murder. Well, I'm on the receiving end of all your suspicions. I am embodying Teruko in this moment. So I can be as vitriolic as I want.
Even if you couldn't have attacked first, but it's still possible that you were stabbed by Xander first and then crawled away yourself. In that case, Xander's the one to have erased those bloodstains, right?
No. Wrong. Say Xander stabbed me, yet I remained conscious and attempted to crawl away. There's no way Xander wouldn't have noticed my movements and subsequently put an end to my life for good.
Even so,
Even if Xander was intending to clean up those bloodstains, he would have been distracted by the more pressing matter of his murder victim escaping. However, I'm standing right in front of you all. Clearly, that did not happen. Therefore, I was unconscious the entire time and did not move myself. Because Xander is dead in spite of that, it means that someone else must have killed him. Even so, it's still possible that Xander attacked and injured you first, and you killed him afterwards. Just imagine Tarek being like, for fuck's sake, can we move on to something else? Seriously, I already said I couldn't have done the cleanup with a stab wound. Why won't you fucking listen to me? But because I evidently didn't reach you the first time, let me take the time to dismantle your argument in another way. Xander stabbed me first, and I sustained an injury significant enough to render me unconscious for many hours. Yet, I was somehow able to overpower Xander and kill him in spite of that. Is that what you're saying?
That seems unlikely.
It's more difficult than one would expect to stab someone directly in the throat. I would know from experience. Human reflexes are naturally poised to defend a vital area such as the throat. And even against someone with a knife, people under stress still have their ways of defending themselves. That's for people of average strength. Don't forget that Xander is, he's one of the stronger among us. Fucking. When you factor in how Teriko was already suffering from a stab wound, and that Xander was already on guard as a result of attempting to kill Teriko, it doesn't seem likely at all that Teriko could have attacked him back in that manner. Besides, none of you have yet to address who could have cleaned up the bloodstains. Well, we know who was on cleaning duty. Your arguments hold no water if you cannot accept that someone other than Xander and me was involved in this case. And before someone objects with the idea that we stabbed each other at the same time for fucking bloodstains, I'd be interested in hearing what the second murder weapon was, seeing that you all surely have several hours to investigate the crime scene thoroughly. Alternatively, you can think of a way that either Xander or I could have hidden the weapon elsewhere while suffering from an open stab wound, and then have returned to the crime scene to die or pass out. I brought up the evidence of those erased bloodstains for good reason, as there's only 3 possibilities for who could have cleaned the bloodstains. 1, I removed them. 2, Xander removed them. 3, someone else removed them. I already proved why it could not have been either Xander nor me. Therefore, that leaves only the 3rd option, which is the involvement of a 3rd party. But I will strangle you. But that still doesn't definitively disprove a possibility that you killed Xander, right?
So.
That's what you guys sound like. Nonetheless, the fact remains that some outside influence had a heavy involvement in the murder. Without knowing who a 3rd party is, you cannot claim to know enough about the murder case in order to conclude that I am the murderer. How long do you all want to do this? Bring up hypotheticals of how I might have murdered Xander, one after another, for me to poke holes in. Stop screwing around and come to your senses already. I'm not the killer. Like, oh, okay. Maybe we were a bit rash. I believe in your innocence, Teriko. I believed Teriko before it was cool. When you line up the facts like that, it does sound kinda right. Fuck! We've been wasting our efforts on the wrong person all this time, damn it! And I was totally gonna make the wrong vote and get myself killed.
So...
Then Teriko is not the killer. Sorry, Teriko, but I still have my doubts. I am also unconvinced. There's still too much suspicion surrounding you, unfortunately. No matter how much you beg, I'm still gonna vote for you.
Hold it right there.
Hold it! Charles needs to say something. Seems like you have a split opinions. And when I say you all, I meant that I listened to exactly 6 of you talk, and then extrapolate those opinions to everyone else. It's really great.
Yay!
You all know what that calls for. That's right. Get ready for a scrum debate. My We're doing this quite early in the trial, aren't we? No matter, staff's worked overtime to get all those sexy side angle views of y'all. So without further ado, let's begin!
Oh boy. Does anyone understand what the fuck Mama TV is saying at all? Yeah. Oh yeah, sexy. Is Charles even here? They just left Charles in the other room. He's fine. Is Terako the culprit? Terako isn't the culprit. Terako is the culprit. Oh yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah. Our team's pretty stacked. We've got Arturo. And what could be better than that? And Ace. We've got Ace too. Stacked cast. Terako's body was at the scene of a crime.
Nico!
Her body was there because Xander had invited her there. Then he tried to kill her. Are you saying that Xander is a killer? I find that difficult to believe.
What?
Believe it or not, Starboy. You've only known Xander for a few days, so you can't guarantee that what he did was out of the ordinary. The murder weapon was in Terako's hands. Therefore, she must have been the killer. The bloodstains on the ground and on Xander's hand tell a different story. Perhaps that knife was simply a decoy, and the real murder weapon was hidden somewhere else.
Ace!
Are you fucking stupid? When and where could Terako have hidden it, dumbass? Yeah, fucking get him, Ace. Isn't it possible that Terako and Xander got into a fight?
Eden!
We've already proved why a fight couldn't have occurred. Maybe Terako snuck up behind the dude and gave him a stab in the neck. Arturo! That stab wound killed Xander near instantly. How could he have fought back? Then who could have moved the bodies and altered the crime scene?
My turn.
It was a third party who altered the crime scene. That third party is our culprit. Yeah. Well, what was that? What did that say? Crouch? Crouch bind. What does that even mean?
This is our answer.
This is our answer. Woo!
Listen to me.
I'm not the culprit, alright? I'm tired of having an argument that I already know the answer to. Regardless of whether or not you have your suspicions, you need to accept that there's a likely possibility of my innocence. Quite frankly, I don't care if you all vote incorrectly and die. But I'm doing this to save my own skin. If you have any self-preservation at all, then you'll start listening to me. My throat is struggling, man. Keep ignoring the facts and you'll be just as dead as Xander soon. This is a life and death trial. Or did you all forget? Terako is right.
Calm
We should
down.
listen to her story. What's gotten into you, Terako? There's no need to be so aggressive. Don't tell me there's no need to be so aggressive. When you guys were just continuously being like, but what about this? What about this? And then I'm just patiently trying to go through all of your fucking arguments. There's only so much I can do, okay?
Stop complaining.
Forgive me for not playing nice when everyone here is calling for my execution. Can't exactly act graciously after all I've been through. In that case, if Terako's not the killer, then who is? Oh man, Rhodes got a good idea right there. Regardless of the angle that you view the case in, there's no doubt that some third party was involved.
Think about it.
That third party who moved Terako's body and altered parts of the crime scene is our most likely culprit. Ace just having a little panic attack. He's okay. Even if they are not, it is still worth our time to clear up any mysteries surrounding this murder. What's the best way of finding that third party?
Why don't we discuss this?
How about we review our alibis that may offer clues as to who could have been at the scene of a crime? I was investigating around with Levi. We hit up the storage room, the kitchen, the cafeteria, and then the infirmary, in that order. I can back up that statement. We were together but did not see anything suspicious. I was in the cafeteria and then I left and wandered around for a bit. Then some stuff happened and I did some other stuff. What exactly is stuff?
I'm stuff. That's not detailed at all. You're only making yourself look more suspicious.
After dinner, I went straight to my room. I like being alone.
Really?
Really? David, didn't you say you saw Nico come into the laundry room briefly? Huh?
Indeed. You came in for a few seconds while I was doing my laundry, then left immediately. Nico, can you explain what you were doing? That's just me when I exit my door and I see someone walking down the hall. I'm like, oh fuck, it's people. His behavior is entirely normal.
You can do it.
There's no need to be nervous. Explain it in simple terms, alright? Your testimony will help us solve this mystery.
Well...
It isn't totally true what I said earlier. I wasn't in my room all the time. Motive was on my mind, so I was nervous. I tend to pace around when I'm nervous. It's not a problem, right?
That's just a load of crap.
Seriously? You were just wandering around all alone? You're definitely the killer. No, it doesn't make me the killer because you don't have an alibi. Shut up!
Stop that!
Ace, let him speak. Because of what, Nico? I'm not the only person missing a solid alibi. Charles and Whit don't have an alibi, and Charles has not said a word. Are we all concerned about that? David says that he has an alibi, but he was actually alone for most of the evening, with no other witnesses.
So...
Eden and Min were also left alone for some time. They could be the killers too. Teriko still has the most suspicious alibi of all. You can't ignore that just because she disproved a few things. If you want to use alibis as evidence, then don't be dumb. It's not enough to say that I'm the killer, because
Are you
I'm
sure
not.
about that?
Don't heap blame on the rest of us simply because you're the most suspicious.
I don't know about most suspicious here, men.
I'm not blaming you, but I'm not the killer, so don't attack me.
Alright, I don't think this arguing is the most productive use of our time. Let's talk to Charles.
We should be working together to find a culprit, not fighting among ourselves. How can we work together knowing that one of us is the killer?
No way!
That's not the right attitude to have. Attitude?
Can any of you prove for certain that you were not at the scene of a crime? You were there, right, Teriko? Do you remember seeing any of us? I was unconscious. She had a stab wound and was unconscious. What do you think the answer is gonna be, you idiot? Did you have any prophetic dreams about any of us while you were under?
Of course.
Okay, this isn't going anywhere.
Why am I putting up with you?
Why am I putting up with you? That's a really great voice line. There's still plenty of unexamined evidence within the crime scene, you know. We can return to the alibis later, because if I keep listening to you squabble, I'll have a headache. I love how cute his portrait looks. Like fuck you! His portrait just looks so pleasant and mild-mannered. Oh yeah? What better idea do you have, smart stuff? I'm not going to engage with your taunts, because you're not even worth looking at when I talk to someone as unrefined as you. Must I really remind you peasants of the DVD in the computer lab? That is clearly an important piece of evidence. You all overlook it in favor of having your petty, annoying little spats. Are you talking about this?
I'm not quite
3MOC? I feel like the twist was that this has something to do with Charles, I think? The Charles motive, C and an M. Maybe it... Yeah, like, motive... Charles... Something like that. I'm not too sure what that is either. It was a DVD placed upside down in one of the readers. Because we were unable to play it during our investigation, we don't know what's on the DVD. But it's labeled with the letters and numbers 3MOC. The hell does that mean? Could it be some sort of code? Ooh, a cipher! How interesting! Maybe it's hexadecimal. Perhaps it translates into the name of the killer, or maybe the name of the mastermind, or maybe... No, M is not a letter in hexadecimal. Try again. While I was examining the DVD, I accidentally erased some of the character. It seems like the marker comes off easily. Therefore, I think that there was actually a full label written on here on a DVD, but at some point the majority of the characters were wiped off, leaving only 4 letters and digits. We should find what the missing letters are. Perhaps it could be 3 million degrees Celsius? Wait, never mind, that makes no sense.
What the fuck?
The hell? Why are you asleep?
This is no time for
Rose,
sleeping.
please wake up. This is no time for you to be sleeping.
Huh?
Feel you,
What's
Rose.
going on?
What did I miss? We're trying to ascertain the full message of his DVD because it might be relevant to the case. Perhaps you can help us out? What's so difficult about it? Can't you tell what the letters C-C-U-M-O mean? C-C-U.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about? Doesn't it read 3-M-O-C? Oh, ha. Rotate the disc 90 degrees clockwise. Alright. Oh, sorry, I meant counterclock. Okay, that makes more sense. See, it definitely reads E-U-M-O. Alright, okay, I see. C-C-U-M-O.
Whoa!
Motive for Charles. Shit, you're right. We might have been looking at it from the wrong angle.
Boring.
Wow, what's with this overdone plot twist? Someone tell the screenwriters to think of some new gimmicks. Ah, wait, I'm the screenwriter. Wow. Yeah, the message is obvious, right? It clearly has to do with that person. I don't know why you guys are having so much trouble with this. Catch up, y'all. Wit.
I don't get
Oh,
it.
shit.
I don't get it. What's she talking about? It's not obvious to me at all.
I understand.
Rose said the message had to do with a certain someone. In that case, it's obvious to me as well.
Charles. There's only one person in particular that this DVD originates from. One particularly suspicious person indeed. What is up with you, Charles? You have not said anything. You've just had your back turned and we have allowed you
Must
to.
be you.
It's really funny how we just don't bring him into the discussion at all. We just like, okay, he wants to be a creature in the corner, we'll let him just be a creature in the corner. Charles, you've been suspiciously quiet this entire time. It's not like you to stay totally silent at a time like this. So tell me, the full message of his disc is Charles Cuevas? I'm gonna go with Cuevas. It's so weird to say some names out loud. My mouth doesn't know what's right. It says this, doesn't it? A motive? How curious. Xander's murder occurred before Mono TV said it could have released the motive. Furthermore, why has Charles received this and none of the rest of us? I don't know why. That's why I'm asking Charles. Furthermore, those blue scraps found at the crime scene came from your gloves, right? They had a bit of a rubbery texture to them. It was just a balloon. Arturo also wears blue gloves, does he not?
Never.
I would never wear blue gloves. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? I'd suggest you try using your eyes for once. The shade of blue isn't quite the same between the different brands of gloves that we use. Besides, I have an airtight alibi anyway. I'm definitely sure that neither of those blue scraps of the gloves nor any DVD were there when I had arrived at computer lab with Xander. Therefore, you must have been at the scene of a crime sometime after I had been stabbed. What were you doing there? Hey, buddy. He just wanted to watch a video. And he saw you got stabbed and he was like, you know what, maybe now's not the time for it. But I'll still set it aside. Answer me, Charles. Were you at the crime scene, yes or no? Yes, but...
No.
I don't know. Please leave me alone.
Huh? What's going on?
Charles, is something the matter with you?
He's having trauma.
Answer me.
I suppose since you were unconscious at the time, no one explained to you about Charles. Oh, is that why no one brought attention to him? Like, he's been like this for the past 10 hours. We didn't expect him to change anytime soon. I don't understand. Why is Charles acting strangely?
How troubling.
I don't know. Ever since Xander's body was discovered, he's been acting this way. Seems that he suffered some sort of breakdown, and he hasn't recovered or said anything coherent since. Really? That's unexpected. Of all people, I didn't think Charles is the kind of person who loses cool like that.
Pussy!
Jeez, what are you even freaking out about, you pussy? Did you get spooked because of his scary mood?
Perhaps he's in a state of hysteria as a result of viewing that motive DVD. After all, Mono TV intended for those motives to push us into committing murder. Gosh, this music is so good. I really like this track. It wouldn't be unusual for at least one person's motive to contain such awful content so as to push them to nervous collapse. I shudder to imagine what Charles possibly could have seen that would cause him of all people to panic in such a way. Must be something truly horrifying indeed. Charles, can you at least tell me the meaning of this DVD, or what you were doing in the computer lab?
There's no point.
It's useless. He's not talking. Charles can't take part in the trial. Right. When we were getting somewhere too. Our primary suspect just so happens to be unable to answer our questions. No matter. I'm sure there's a way we can work around the setback. Let's not give up hope yet.
And let's make Charles that makes Charles super suspicious, right? Not only was he at the crime scene, but he left his motive there. And now he's too traumatized to speak for whatever reason.
Duh!
Could it be any more obvious? He's so totally guilty.
This line of reasoning sounds awfully familiar. Hounds, all of you.
So then, Charles is totally the killer.
I object to that.
Yeah, Wit.
On what basis? Well, he didn't kill Xander. Therefore, he's not the killer.
Got him.
Makes sense.
Hang on. That's just circular reasoning.
Wait, what? You tricked me! Damn it!
You tricked me. I'm going back to my original point of view. Charles killed Xander. Do you have any proof? Until you can use your smart boy words to show without a shadow of a doubt that he's guilty, I'm not convinced. With his buddy.
Why are you even defending Charles? He's been an asshole to everyone this whole time, you included.
Charles is...
Of course I'll defend Charles. After all,
He's my friend.
So sweet.
So of course I'll argue for his sake. Since when were you two friends? Did something happen between you two while I wasn't around?
That's not important. A better question is, do you have proof for Charles' innocence? After all, he was the scene of a crime for reasons still unknown to us. I don't know why he was there, to be honest. And I don't really have what you call solid proof for his innocence either. But I truly believe that he could not have murdered Xander.
What?
Are we supposed to take your words as fact because you believe in him, Ben? Are you fucking stupid? Going around and spouting all this dumb shit about belief? What's the damn point of his whole trial? If we're going to make choices based on dumb crap like that. You useless shit for brains. Are you even taking any of it seriously? Huh? Am I taking this seriously?
Not really.
Not really. You!
Ace.
Ace, calm down. You're not helping at all with this argument.
Shut up!
You shut up, you shut your damn trap too, Levi. I'm done with you trying to play the moral high ground, pretending you're to be some peacemaker. Oh dear, oh my, calm down everyone. Let's not fight, alright? Aren't I just a little head and pasture for this? Stay the hell out of this. You know if you know it's good for you. Levi's like, huh? That's right, shut your damn mouth, you coward. Fuck off, Ace. It's so good. It was so great seeing this for a first time because I was just completely thrown off guard. Like, oh, are we all just a little bit crazy? All these sprites coming out. Like, if you push me, I will explode. So don't fucking push me. How far do you want to push it? Do you think I don't have a limit to my patience? I would gladly strangle you right here and now to shut you up if you were allowed. But if you're the coward I know you to be, then you should back up before you dig your own grave.
Shut your mouth.
Before I shut it for you. Gah! I think I've proved my point.
That's whack.
Wow, that was whack. We done?
I apologize.
I'm terribly sorry for that, everyone. Please continue discussing as you were earlier.
So scary.
So scary.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen and move on. Nice. I'm quite interested as to what was on that DVD, seeing as we've established that it contains Charles' motive.
How interesting.
Wouldn't it be interesting if whatever Charles saw on that DVD caused him to snap? Perhaps it was a video of Mono TV destroying everything that he held dear. We tried to watch that DVD during the investigation period, but the DVD players weren't working correctly. We were unable to view its contents.
The DVD players weren't working correctly, you say? Why didn't you tell me?
Fucking nothing in this place is working right, god damn it. You were present during the investigation when I was discussing the broken DVD players. You heard me, didn't you?
Did you know?
I am a highly advanced piece of technology with dozens of useful features, like connecting to the internet, playing videos, and calling your mom. Give that DVD over to me. I'll play whatever's on it.
No, I don't trust you.
Please?
No.
Please?
No. Hand it over, Teruko. Okay. Thank you, Kron. What the fuck? You fucking idiot! How is that even possible, seeing as you don't have a physical mouth?
Quiet down, everyone. The video is starting.
I'm all too familiar with that damn circle of death.
What was it? I'm curious.
That doesn't make sense.
You can play DVDs on your screen, but you can't view the contents yourself? That seems like a glaring design flaw. That's not what's important. You skipped the entire video. Play it again.
Okie dokie.
Just die.
You did it again! Are you messing with us?
Huh? What did I do? I'm only playing what's on the disc, I swear. Any illicit imagery you see isn't my fault. Whatever you saw is exactly what is on that DVD.
Do you even work right, you useless piece of junk? I'll put your metal ass in a microwave and nuke you until you explode. Wait just a minute, everyone. We tried to play the DVD earlier during our investigation, but we assumed the DVD players were broken because they weren't showing anything, right?
It's possible
I
that...
think that this DVD might simply be blank. There's no error with either of the DVD players or Mono TV.
That's exactly right. Once again, I guarantee you that there is nothing wrong with my DVD players, that DVD, or myself.
On the contrary, I believe that there is a lot wrong with you.
Huh? Really is blank?
That doesn't make any sense. What kind of motive is that?
I think...
Come to think of it, Mono TV never released any such motive to anyone else, right? When I handled that DVD, I accidentally erased some of the marker off. The quality of that writing is quite poor.
There's no way I would make something that low quality and give it out to you guys.
Oh, it was bait.
A murder happened before the day ended and before I would have released the motive. I never got a chance to show you what the motive would be, and I never will.
What a letdown.
Honestly, I'm so disappointed. It was a really good motive in my opinion. I guess you'll never find out that secret about your loved ones or whatever.
Then the motive had nothing to do with this murder? It's still possible that the looming threat of a release of the motive may have pushed someone to murder. It's
Certainly, there are those among us paranoid enough to crack under that sort of pressure.
What? In this crew? I don't believe it.
Out of curiosity, can I see what that motive was? No, you can't! The time frame for that has passed. You missed your
I'm
chance.
not incompetent, I swear!
It's definitely because of that, and not because I lost the motive last night. It totally didn't disappear under my paws when I was taking that smoke break.
Seriously?
You lost it.
Whoops.
Okay, maybe I did.
What a piece of junk.
Your incompetence as the mastermind of a televised killing game is shocking.
Anyway,
Returning to my earlier point, the disc is blank and the handwriting and marker quality are poor, and Mono TV claims to have had no hand in making distributing any such motive. Considering all that, the DVD is probably fake, right? Fake? Whatever do you mean by that?
The truth is,
It means that the disc labeled as Charles Cuevas' motive was created by someone else. Because of that, I have reason to believe that Charles may be innocent.
Oh, hi Ace. Let's go.
Charles is innocent, my ass! You said it yourself. Charles was at the crime scene. If you're not the culprit, then it's gotta be him. It's true that we have evidence for Charles being at the scene of a crime, and his refusal to speak is suspicious. However, we lack definitive evidence to prove that Charles killed Xander. Lack evidence? Are you kidding me? We have all the evidence we need.
Rebuttal showdown.
Charles said it himself. He was at the scene of a crime! If that isn't enough for you, he also left those DVD and gloves. What more evidence do you need? The evidence could have been set up or faked by someone else. I don't think Charles himself put it there. That makes no sense. Charles is the only person here who owns gloves like that. So he's the only person who could leave those scraps. As for that DVD, it's labeled with his name. It's gotta be his. What evidence do you have that Charles isn't the one who left that DVD there?
I'll cut through those words.
I have good reason to believe that Charles wouldn't have left that DVD there. Did you notice anything strange about the placement of his motive disc? What? Is there something weird about it? You're referring to its placement in the CD reader, right?
I mean, Charles didn't know how to work a laundry machine. He didn't know the difference between CD and DVD. It happens to the best of us.
That's right, the computers in the computer lab are divided into two sections. On the left are CD readers, and on the right are DVD readers. The DVD that's labeled as Charles Cuevas' motive was found in one of the CD readers. Its CD readers can't play DVDs.
What's your point?
And what's your point? He probably put it there by accident. While I was exploring this place of Charles, I was subject to an
I do not remember that
unnecessary spiel on the distinctions between CD and DVD readers.
Aren't you stupid?
I'm so sorry for accusing you of not knowing the difference.
No, those are CD readers. Are you stupid? Wait, no need to answer. I know you are. Well, I understand why someone like you would mix the two up. Both CDs and DVDs are optical disc storage devices, and they both store data in the form of minuscule bumps arranged in a spiral. However, the information encoding bumps on a DVD are much smaller, allowing them to store more information. Subsequently, DVDs are often used to store video, while CDs are commonly used to store music. DVDs are also backwards compatible, meaning that a DVD player can play CDs, yet a CD player cannot play DVD. It's really not that difficult to understand. Gratuitous as that was, I suppose in the end it worked out in his favor, but Charles likes to talk so much.
Poor boy.
For that reason, I don't think that he'd make the mistake of mixing a DVD and a CD, seeing as he made a pretty big deal out of knowing the difference between the two. Really? What if he panicked and accidentally put in the wrong one? If he saw my body and panicked, why would he even bother putting the motive DVD in the first place? That seems to be a much lesser priority to me. In other words, not only is the so-called motive DVD fake, but it was planted at the crime scene in order to draw suspicion to Charles. So, Charles is innocent? I'm not entirely sure of it.
What?
What? You just said that Charles was innocent! Stop changing your mind! I said that I had reason to suspect why he may be innocent. I don't know for sure.
Stop complaining.
What, do you want me to rush head first into a conclusion without thinking about it first? Like you do? I have to say, I'm also suspicious of Charles. That motive DVD being fake doesn't prove anything. All we did was lose our lead.
What a bother.
In the end, we have no clue what's causing Charles to act like this in the present, and therefore we can't draw any conclusions about his behavior.
Loser!
Not to mention, this guy doesn't even have an alibi. He's so suspicious. I'm totally convinced he's a shitty murderer. Come on, let's not jump to conclusions too fast. I'm sure we're all dying to find out who the culprit is already. Because if we mess up, we'll all be dying for real.
Time for joking around.
That's not an appropriate joke in the setting. Sorry, just trying to lighten the mood. I really don't want to say what I'm about to say next, but seems like you guys totally won't be convinced otherwise. Charles, are you really okay with me telling everyone? Charlie! Alright, if you think so. He knows his bestie so well, he can read the glances. What's going on?
Thing is,
The reason Charles is acting like this is because he has a phobia of blood. A phobia of blood? Like a nosebleed or something? No, he's not affected by small things like that. Or, phobia of blood is probably the wrong way to say that. How should I say? When viewing gory things or dead bodies, he'll become panicked and have a breakdown. Like a normal person would, but just not in a functional way. Only something super messed up will trigger a reaction, though. A little bit of blood is probably okay.
I don't understand.
How can that be true? He seems so confident and arrogant about the Killing Game show. How could he do that if he knows he'll have a breakdown if he sees a body? He hasn't seen a body before. He didn't know. You know, it's not uncommon for trauma acquired in one's childhood to seemingly disappear until it is triggered by something years later. Someone can spend years unaware that they have trauma, only to be taken by surprise when the sight of something unpleasant or distressing causes all those emotions to come rushing back. Whoa, you're really busting out the psych lenses today, huh, Ronnie? Personally, I don't see dead bodies on a regular basis. Same goes for everyone else here, I hope. So it makes sense that this has never come up for Charles before, right? What do you mean by that? Charles's unexpected inability to handle the situation isn't that surprising, if you realize that this is new for him as well. He probably acted with such bravado before because he simply didn't know he had some emotional baggage from the past. So much for being the smart one here. Lay off him, alright? Trauma is serious. Not something to be made light of. Charles really is suffering. At the very least, don't make things worse. Good friend, Wit. Is this the reason for why you've been defending Charles this whole time? Right on the books, hot stuff. I'll give you a 20% tip for your good service.
sorry.
Except, I wasn't giving you anything to begin with, so 20% of 0 is still nothing. If Charles can't handle blood or corpses, how could he have killed Xander? He's nothing more than an innocent bystander in all of this. We really take that at face value. It's possible that Charles could merely be putting on an act to divert suspicion from himself, no? I believe in Charles because I've been with him this whole time. After I left the cafeteria, I ran into him. He was having some sort of breakdown. He seemed to be in pretty bad shape. I thought he might have been playing a prank on me or something, but after a while, I became convinced that his emotions were genuine. Believe me when I say that he's not acting, because I have a pretty good intuition when it comes to people's feelings. Mr. Matchmaker? I couldn't leave him alone, right? I stayed with him the whole time up till now. I never know what to say in situations like this, so it was sort of awkward. Still, I hope I helped him calm down at least a little.
I understand.
It's so sweet. Not all of them have a little crazy in them. Hopefully we don't see people like Wit or Eden go a little insane. That would be concerning.
I'm sure of it now. Charles is innocent. Nice! That story worked on at least one person. Oh, wait, even though I just said something that really made it sound like I'm lying, I'm totally not lying, really. Oh god, I'm making myself more suspicious the more I talk.
Seriously?
Me when playing Secret Hitler. Good thing that I thought of a way to make you believe me. I gotta keep acting as then you guys will think, this guy is so suspicious, but he's not actually suspicious at all. I see no holes whatsoever in this plan.
Idiot.
You're such an idiot.
Listen to me.
If you don't believe Whit's story, then maybe adding mine or Eden's testimony will erase all doubt. Me?
The eye patch.
Eden, do you remember when I injured myself while baking and you took me to the infirmary?
And we had a Charles fucking barrel into you.
Yes, I do. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, we made it back. Oh my god! Hey, watch where you're going.
Ouch.
Jeez, what are you doing here, Charles? You nearly flattened me.
Hey, buddy.
You came out of the infirmary in a rush. Is something going on? Outside the infirmary, Charles ran out of there all in a panic. Terica and I were both witness to that.
Yeah.
That's right. At the time, I simply brushed it off as Charles acting strange. But it must have been because he saw that, right?
The eye.
Are you really using unclear pronouns for dramatic effect? So cliche. Xander's eye injury. Many of you have probably seen it already while investigating Xander's body.
It seems that...
At that time, Xander was changing his eye patch. Charles must have seen it and had a reaction to that injury.
I see.
So then, Charles really does have a phobia of that sort of thing. How ludicrous. However, if the testimony of 3 people confirms it, then I have no choice but to believe that. You know, this could have happened a lot faster if you shared that vital information earlier, Wit. You know, this trial will happen a lot faster if you all find the culprit earlier, Arturo. What are you talking about? The whole reason we're talking this long is because we don't have all the evidence, you low-life worm!
You wouldn't mind sharing with me all your patients' medical histories, right?
What? Absolutely, and how is that relevant? I see that you're also familiar with the concept of privacy. So cool, right, Arturo? Even for a super smart surgeon like you, I guess you still learn something new every day.
Quit bickering.
Enough bickering, you two. Anyway, my point stands. Charles is totally innocent. Indeed, I suppose I'll have to accept that as well. Because it has been established that Terica was stabbed by Xander first, and that erases any possibility that Charles could have killed Xander. If he saw Terica's body at that point, and he must have, then he would no longer be in the right state of mind to subdue and kill Xander.
I have my doubts.
That still doesn't explain everything, however. Where did that fake motive come from? Maybe Charles made that DVD because he wanted to frame himself to obfuscate the trial.
Veronica, why?
Why? According to Teruko, whoever placed that DVD there was trying to frame Charles. In that case, the DVD must have come from the culprit, right?
Considering the evidence...
The most likely way Charles would have gotten his hands on a fake motive would be if someone else was trying to set him up. Yes and no. You're partially correct, but I believe that the origin of a DVD is not from a culprit, rather from that person.
That person? Xander.
It must be you.
It was most likely Xander.
Xander.
Oh, under the assumption that he intended to kill Teruko, needs someone to frame it for. Okay. His plan's to be that manipulative. He did, after all, attempt to kill me. I'm sure he had some plan in mind for how to get away from murder beyond simply stabbing me and walking away. Why Xander couldn't be the culprit? Consider if it was Xander who picked the computer labs as the murder location. It's not a coincidence that the computer lab is where one would go if they wanted to view the contents of the DVD. You could also use the movie screening room, although since Veronica, Ace, and I were already occupying that room, I suppose that it's a moot point. Besides, no one would want to watch something as private and as upsetting as a murder motive on a big TV screen there.
Exciting!
I would! I think the full video and sound experience could really elevate the anguish from watching a viscerally distressing video. No one except for Veronica. In addition, Xander had learned earlier of Charles' phobia. Seeing that he was the one, he probably decided to take advantage of that weakness, to pin my murder on Charles, knowing that Charles wouldn't be in the right state of mind to fight back, or even defend himself.
So...
You know, Mono TV still just cries sad emoji in the background. Do you think Charles being a loner also had something to do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles prefers to act on his own, so he wouldn't have brought any witnesses. Since no one saw him at dinner yesterday, he probably ate by himself elsewhere. Just makes him that much easier to isolate. Xander must have used that to plant the blank DVD at Charles's door and then convene with me. That's great and all, but is this really important? You can keep talking about Xander's murder plan, but he technically didn't kill anyone. Knowing Xander's plan is valuable evidence. We already can clear up some mysteries at the crime scene. Such as those blue scraps that we determined were Charles's gloves. Xander probably tore them to build a narrative of a confrontation. Or of a DVD's placement. If Xander is the one who placed it while trying to frame Charles, then it's more reasonable for Xander to misplace it, both in the wrong reader and upside down. He may have even accidentally wiped off some of the marker, leaving us with that cryptic message that we struggled to decode. That murder plan sucks.
You know.
Well, you can't say it was bad with the benefit of hindsight. There may have been more to his plan, but we wouldn't know about it because of how things played out.
It's unfortunate.
Even so, that Xander was seriously intending not just to kill someone, but to cover up his crime.
That's whack.
That's whack. We have confirmed that Charles is innocent now. That's what's important. But we still don't know who the culprit is. We're back to the start again.
Oh my god! You're so fucking bad at this! And now we're totally gonna die here!
That'll be okay.
Even so,
It's not exactly true, is it? We've already determined that neither Teruko nor Charles are the culprit. And Xander was already off from the start. We've eliminated 3 people. That's amazing. We're doing so good for ourselves. We've narrowed the suspects down to 13 out of 16. Nice. If we keep working down the suspect list one by one at this pace, we can determine who the culprit is probably by the end of this week. I'd say that's a win for us, team.
Shut up!
Shut the fuck up, you're not even helping. Actually, I guess you did help a lot. Whatever.
Why does Wit seem like the kind of guy to be totally useless in the class
Don't get
trial?
distracted.
Enough messing around, you guys. This is serious. I'm confused about one thing. Who could have possibly killed Xander? We're all confused about that. We have been discussing that question the whole time. No, I mean,
Think about it.
Xander died in a very specific way, right? Which one of us here is even capable of killing him in that way? What do you mean by that? Xander died of a stab wound to the neck, but I think someone here said something like, it's really difficult to stab someone in the neck in a fight. Levi?
That's correct.
Ah, yes, that was me. Human reflexes are naturally poised to defend a vital area such as the throat, and even against someone with a knife, people under stress still have their ways of defending themselves. The task of stabbing Xander in the neck becomes a lot harder when you factor in some other variables as well.
As I've already said.
It's incredibly difficult to stab someone in the neck. And that's under normal circumstances. According to Teruko, Xander was holding the kitchen knife to begin with. Just Ace freaking out in the corner. His murderer would have had to take the knife from him. Because Xander himself was attempting murder, he was likely really on guard. Finally, Xander is a really strong person. He did win that arm wrestling contest. In that case, the killer must have been someone even stronger than him. That's the only way they could have stabbed him. Is that really true? Perhaps they killed Xander in a different way without stabbing him.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Hell yeah. Consent.
Wait a minute. Something occurred to me.
I'm waiting.
Nico brought up an interesting idea. The whole time we've been operating under the assumption that Xander's cause of death was the stab wound in his neck. It was only a hunch, but it doesn't make a lot of sense otherwise. How could his cause of death not be that stab wound? He couldn't possibly survive such an injury. He didn't. Then you're contradicting yourself.
I'll prove you wrong.
No, I'm saying that Xander received the stab wound after he was already dead. His true cause of death was something else.
You can do better than that.
I'm sorry, but I'm having difficulties following the line of reasoning. Xander received that neck injury after he was already dead? That makes little sense. It's clear to me that such a severe injury is what killed him. I don't see how it could be anything else.
It's clear to see you're scared of me.
Xander doesn't show any other fatal injuries. You said it yourself. He's had that eye wound for days now. Isn't it clear that being stabbed in the neck is what killed him? I don't think it's likely that Xander would have received that particular wound, and only that wound in a confrontation, without injuring his assailant as well. However, no one here demonstrates significant injuries. There must be something that we're overlooking. It's not as unlikely as you say it is. Even the most well-prepared person isn't immune to chance variations that occur in a fight. There's simply no evidence that he was stabbed after death. Bloodstain.
I'll cut through those words.
There's no evidence? Are you so fixated on this line of reasoning that you refuse to keep an open mind?
You're wrong.
The bloodstains around Xander's body prove you're wrong. How so? When Xander was stabbed in the neck, the knife must have hit an artery, because blood sprayed out everywhere on both his body and the floor. Yet the splatter patterns on the floor match up exactly with the stains on the body.
It seems that
There's no signs of dissimilarities or smears that would suggest movement. The bloodstain is too perfect looking. That suggests that Xander was stabbed in the exact position on the ground. However, it doesn't make a lot of sense for him to have been lying on the ground right before he was stabbed.
perhaps.
That's true, but perhaps his assailant knocked him over.
I disagree.
So then he didn't struggle or move it all on the ground, even when he was stabbed during the short moments before he lost consciousness. That seems unlikely. Best explanation I can think of is that Xander was already unconscious, if not dead. I'm on the cusp of figuring out what his true cause of death is. Just need to think about it further. It's true that the bloodstains suggest that Xander was stabbed lying down. If a stab wound wasn't his cause of death, then what was? Perhaps the wound on his eye? That was an old injury. It would make no sense for it to have killed him now. Then there aren't any other wounds on his body.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, overlooking a seemingly minor piece of evidence.
Look at his left hand.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Was there mere bloodstains, are we not? That's what I thought too. But when I was thinking about what else could possibly be Xander's cause of death, I realized that this was it. Those aren't bloodstains, they're burn wounds. Ooh. Burn wounds. But burn wounds?
Now that you mention it.
I suppose it does resemble burn wounds on his hand. Hey, Scrub, shouldn't you have noticed that earlier, seeing as you're a surgeon?
Why am I putting up with you?
Why am I putting up with you? How many times do I have to say this? I'm a plastic surgeon with a specialty in cosmetics, not a general doctor. Sue me if I didn't recognize these extremely subtle burn wounds at first glance. Sue you? I guess a trial is a good time as any to have a legal battle. That would be a very small injury, though. How could that have possibly killed him? He got shocked. A better question is, how could he have gotten burned, huh, Teruko? There's no fire, is there? I think you're clearly making up answers where you need them.
Stupid bitch!
Seriously, if you have even half a brain, you realize that what you're saying is total bullshit.
No.
There's no need to insult one another. Well, I would never phrase it that rude. Ari has a point. First of all, there's definitely no evidence of any sort of fire in the computer lab. No burn marks anywhere, nor any smell of smoke. Secondly, even if he did burn himself, it was only on his fingerprints, right? Such a small injury might have been hateful.
I'll prove you wrong.
If you guys think even a little bit before jumping to conclusions, don't shoot down every idea that I have for no other reason than because you don't like the sound of it. There's a logical explanation for what I'm proposing. This can all be explained by
Hangman's Gambit. Unscrambled words. Let's see. Shock. Shock! Yeah!
This is it.
Xander was killed by an electrical shock.
Ooh.
Electrical shock? Now that might make a bit of sense. There was water everywhere at the crime scene, and the light switch was broken. If Xander was soaked in water and he touched the wiring of the light switch, the resulting electrical shock could have potentially stopped his heart.
Shit.
It makes a lot of sense. Shit, why didn't I think of that earlier?
Dumbass!
Because you're a dumbass.
Screw you.
Weren't you opposed to this idea? Who's the dumbass here? I'm super sorry.
That makes
I
sense.
think that is correct. The killer didn't have to be strong, and they didn't have to fight Xander. Xander could have had the knife all the time, up until he died from electric shock. Then the killer took the knife from him and stabbed his dead body.
Oh, sweet Charles.
That's the real method of a murder. They must have tried to cover it up as a stab wound. That also explains why the light switch was broken in the first place. First, the killer turned off the lights and then stripped the light switch in the darkness to expose the wiring. Of course, the lights in the computer lab are now because of the emergency lights. Mono TV told me that the room was dark prior to that. Naturally, Xander would reach to turn the lights back on, especially as he wouldn't be able to see that the light switch was stripped. The resulting shock incapacitated and killed him. The killer then reattached the light switch and tried to divert our attention by covering it up with an out-of-order sign to make it seem like it broke on its own. In that case, there is no need to consider who's strong enough to kill Xander, as anyone has the ability to strip the light switch with the right tools. That's total bullshit. First of all, it's just a light switch. How could that be powerful enough to kill someone? Second of all, if it really was that strong, won't it leave bigger burn wounds? It's not really the voltage that determines the severity of an electrical shock, but the amperage. Sure, a higher voltage gives a greater current, but you also have to take resistance into account. And resistance of the human body varies from person to person. Wet skin will reduce that resistance much further. Even wiring circuits in houses can be fatal, and yet not be powerful enough to cause a severe burn. What's more important is that the current passes through the heart. If anything, a stronger shock tends to result in a higher chance of survival, since the heart will shut down, preventing ventricular fibrillation. Not that's really relevant to right now. I don't know what that means, but it sure sounds cool. Wow, you know all this nerd crap. Why is that a surprise? I work with wires and equipment all the time for shows. Of course I know at least a little about electrical safety.
Get off your high horse.
Unlike you guys, I actually have some experience with this. Don't go around saying shit if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Ace. Look at you. Shit, I'm stupid! Huh, I thought you would start arguing with me, but that works too.
Why don't we discuss...
Now that we're getting somewhere, why don't we discuss the matter of the light switch? Seems to be important to the crime. Seems to be important? That's an understatement. In a way, that broken switch could be considered a true murder weapon. When the culprit also made that out of order note, could have convinced me.
Loser!
Yeah, if you actually investigate at the crime scene, loser. Did anyone look at the backside of it? Of the out of order note, I mean. Is there something noteworthy on the back? Kill Teriko Tawaki. What's this? Did the killer leave there as a threat? Oh, I get it. This is like the DVD. Rotate 90 degrees and maybe it says something else. It doesn't.
What does it mean?
Teriko, this note concerns you, right? Do you know what the meaning of it is? I assume it means someone wants to kill me. I have a good idea of what it means. Why would the killer leave such a message on there if they were trying to not draw attention to the light switch?
The truth is...
Because the killer didn't leave that message. This note originally belonged to Xander. How do you know that? Because he was wanting to fucking kill me. After Xander stabbed me, but before I fell unconscious, he started talking to himself and said a lot of strange things.
I'm the worst, aren't I? I hate murderers. I hate the smell of blood, and I hate this feeling. I would have never wanted to hurt you. And why did I do this? I don't even know. Why? Just why did you ask me to kill Teriko?
Why did you ask me to kill Teriko Tawaki? Doesn't that seem like Xander was being made to kill me? He did attempt to take my life, but all the while he didn't seem happy with that decision.
It seems that...
That scrap of paper says kill Teriko Tawaki, but I'm guessing that it was some sort of order to him. That piece of paper must have originally been in Xander's possession.
Huh?
Xander was ordered to kill you? Why didn't you bring that up earlier? Why didn't I bring it up earlier? When do you suppose I would have brought this up? Back when you all were telling me that I killed Xander? I'm sure you wouldn't have believed me back then. If someone ordered Xander to commit murder, isn't that concerning? Who was that person? Why would Xander agree to do such a thing? There's no way of knowing. The rest of the note that was destroyed in the rest of that note was destroyed in the water, which is what those wet scraps of paper probably were.
Of course.
And of course, Xander is long dead. We can't exactly ask him. With all the relevant evidence destroyed, it's likely that we won't be finding out the truth behind Xander's actions. Besides, to put it bluntly,
I don't care.
I don't really give a damn about Xander's motives or whatever he was thinking. I don't care if someone made him do it. He still tried to kill me. He got what was coming to him. Since I have a hunch that his motives aren't even relevant to the rest of his case, I won't pursue that line of reasoning unnecessarily. Wow, that's a bit mean, don't you think? You guys used to be friends. Maybe I'd feel a smidgen of pity for him if he wasn't a damn murderer. To be frank, I'm glad he's dead.
How cruel.
Teriko, but so cruel. I'm a victim. Whatever feelings we may have about the victim, we can sort those out after the trial. Let's return to the topic at hand.
I disagree, Teriko.
Disagree with what? I don't think you should conclude so quickly that Xander's motives have nothing to do with the case. Xander was being directed by someone else to commit murder? It's definitely important in my eyes. My, that person could even be Xander's killer. In that case, do you have any clues that would point towards who that person is? There's lots of information you can glean from a single note. Is there not? For instance, we can analyze the handwriting of the note.
I disagree.
Well, would that really be as helpful as you think it is? Not only is the writing itself heavily smeared, but every single one of us has seen the note by now.
What about the blue ink? Maybe that's special.
And culprit could simply alter her handwriting if we asked for handwriting samples now. Do you want to do forensic analysis? We don't have the equipment for that sort of thing. You do raise an excellent point, Veronica, and I commend you for that. However, at this time, we don't have enough hard evidence at hand to pursue this line of reasoning.
It's possible that...
Besides, it's possible that the note writer's involvement with Xander's murder is limited to this note, and that there is no other evidence that we could find to pinpoint them. I see, but if something occurs to me, then we can return to this later, right? Exactly. You understand my point perfectly. Besides, I can tell that Teriko is really resistant to discussing Xander as anything more than a piece of evidence. That's why she doesn't want to talk about his motivations.
Isn't that right, Teriko? You really feel hurt by his betrayal, don't you, Teriko? Or has that underlying resentment always been there? Tell me! Oh, I want to take a peek inside your mind so badly. It's driving me crazy.
We're all a little bit crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's move on.
Hey.
Anyway, back to that out of order note. Teriko, there's a flaw in your reasoning. Why wouldn't the killer bring their own paper? That seems a lot less suspicious than searching the victim's body for paper to use. I can't even be sure that Xander or you would just happen to be carrying paper around that could conveniently use to cover up the crime. I'm tired. That's a good question. Could it be that the killer was unprepared to kill Xander? What do you mean? Bringing your own paper is a very simple thing to do. Because the killer hadn't, and because they had to rely on the chance occurrence that Xander just so happened to have paper on him, it suggests that they didn't think their plan through. Unlike Xander, who planned everything from the scene of a crime to the person he would deflect blame to, the culprit's murder was a spur-of-a-moment decision.
I see.
I suppose that does make a lot of sense. After all, I told no one of where I was going after dinner. I'm sure Xander didn't either, as he didn't want any interference. No one should have anticipated that we were meeting up at the computer lab.
Teriko!
You know Teriko! What? It's very possible that the culprit was trying to save your life.
Huh? How interesting.
Isn't that the underpinnings of a beautiful story? But the culprit stumbled across the crime scene, saw Xander stumbling over the body of Teruko Tawaki, and decided that they would bloody their own hands solely to save Teruko's? You're alive and standing here right now because one of us here decided to put your life above Xander's. But now you're doing everything in your power to put your saviors to death.
Isn't that just wonderful?
Scary!
Veronica, stop saying creepy shit to other people. You're giving me secondhand nightmares, which I'm not even sure is a real thing. I never said it was true. It was only an idea. Think about it, Teruko. I suppose the hypothesis that the killer was unprepared to murder makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of evidence to support it. For example, the bloodstains on the ground were very poorly erased, and the culprit ended up leaving a lot of evidence about the initial position of Teruko's body. It all seems a bit hasty, doesn't it?
That doesn't make sense.
Well, there's evidence against that hypothesis, right? What kind of unprepared killer happens to be carrying around a bunch of water beforehand to douse Xander in so that he can get shocked?
Someone who was cleaning.
Wait, hang on. What? Rose, can you repeat what you just said? What? No, not that. You said that the killer must have been carrying around large quantities of water, despite the fact that they were not planning murder. What about it? That's exactly it.
I now know who Xander's killer is.
Why, yeah. Huh? Really? I don't follow it at all. Although I'm glad that needs help. You know who the killer is? Who is it? It can only be that person. That person is.
Dun 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 dun. It's your girl,
It must
Min.
be you,
You're the only one.
Min Jun, the ultimate student.
You said you were cleaning the kitchen last night, right? Did that involve using water by any chance? What?
It seems that
The murder was spontaneous, yet there were large amounts of water at the crime scene. The killer must have had that water on them beforehand for other purposes. Min, your actions at the time of the murder are the only ones that would fit this description. Because you were cleaning the kitchen after dinner, you would have reason to be carrying around, say, a bucket of water. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Huh?
Min is the culprit?
No way!
No way! Min totally isn't the type to commit murder at all! Then, who is the type to commit a murder in your mind? Anyone is capable of killing when placed in the right conditions. Teruko, what is your reasoning for this? If your only evidence is that she was cleaning the kitchen last night.
Ridiculous.
That's right, it's weak evidence. Eden and I were in the kitchen the entire time. We left on multiple occasions to get cleaning supplies. But still, in the time you were gone, is it even possible that you could have committed
That's
murder?
complete nonsense.
I did not kill Xander. I'm just realizing, is this the same voice actor as, Cancel in Shattered Hope? It's true that Min left the kitchen to get cleaning supplies. That was a natural thing to do, so I didn't think much of it at the time. Is it really possible that Min is the killer? Who? Was Min acting suspicious or paranoid last night? It's useless to ask loaded questions like that. That can cause the subject to misremember things. I'm telling the truth when I say I was simply transporting cleaning materials. I had no clue what either Teruko or Xander were doing at that time. Are you saying that I chanced upon the murder scene by luck?
no, that's wrong.
What's wrong? Okay, sirens. Hello there, welcome back to Current Me as I finally finished chapter 1 of this. Min, it's not out of the question for you to have stumbled across a crime scene in a computer lab. Right. Min was going from the laundry room to the kitchen. That path crosses the computer lab. She would have seen Teriko's body if the door was open. And why exactly would the fucking door be open? I suppose Min may have arrived near the computer lab's entrance just as Charles left. If she was curious, she would have even gone out of her way to see what was happening in there. Coming across the computer lab right when Charles fled, talk about a small window of opportunity. Following that, if she saw Xander, then Xander must have noticed her too. Knowing Xander the way I do, I'm sure he would have wanted to incapacitate anyone who could have interfered with his plan. He was very determined to succeed in killing me. That means that Min had to act quickly before Xander did away with her as well. I'm thinking that her first move was to upend a bucket of water on him, which she would already be carrying since she was cleaning at the time. Not only would that throw Xander off guard for a few seconds, but it would lead nicely into the next phase of her plan, which is getting him to touch the light switch. Huh? Wait a minute, that doesn't mean that Min is the killer. You were in the kitchen with me too. If Min committed a murder, we would have noticed that she was gone for too long. Perhaps. But Min left on multiple occasions, right? The murder itself would have been relatively fast. Min could have returned to the crime scene later to carry out her various alterations of the crime scene. No way! There's no way Min is the killer. I refuse to believe it. I've talked to her. I spent time with her. She's a very reasonable kind of girl. So there's no way that she could have killed someone. Right, Min? Thank you, Eden. You're too kind. So far, all the evidence against me amounts to the fact that I could have seen the crime scene at some point. That's hardly conclusive evidence, is it? Both Teriko and Charles were accused of being the culprit on more substantial evidence than this. I am sure that in time you will see my innocence as well. Oh, I've got a cat on the floor. Cracker, would you like to come sit on my lap? Come here now. I know you'll just disrupt things later, but alright. Non-stop debate. We should start discussing evidence.
So that we may prove or disprove Min's innocence.
Let's run through the murder step by step. Min saw Xander with Teriko's body. She used the bucket she had with her to douse Xander in water. Then she broke the light switch. Hang on, how did she use... what did she use to strip the light switch? You need some sort of tool to do that. We've already said that the culprit was unprepared to murder. Her pen? So she wouldn't have brought any tools with her.
No, that's wrong.
Actually, I didn't even look at what our weapons list. Yes.
No, that's wrong.
I can think of one thing that she might have been carrying around beforehand. Wit, can you show us the list of custom weapons we all received? No problem. I didn't make note of this before, but this is definitely Charles's notes, because he has like the notepad and he's writing stuff down, and Wit said he got this from a friend, and the only person not listed here is Charles, and that makes sense because he's noting what everyone else has, which is fun little details.
It seems that
Min's so-called weapon was a pen, right? It's definitely not out of the question for someone to be carrying around a pen on them. Oh. What are you doing, Aure?
Nothing that you should be concerned about. Keep your mouth shut. Oh, goodbye!
Ha!
Have you finally fucking lost it, Teriko? Using a pen to break open a light switch? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Just trying to speak like Ace. I already feel the tension in my vocal cords.
Everyone's fucking lives are at stake here, and you're throwing out worthless shit ideas pretending you don't know who the culprit is.
I mean, you do know, and you're pretending.
If you keep this up, we're gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. Does this trial mean anything to you, or did Xander put a hole in your brain as well as your chest?
Ace, there's no need.
There's no need to get worked up, because I'll help everyone pick the right culprit.
That's a great smile. Ooh.
Right now, everyone suspects me, which is a mistake. But that's alright. Mistakes are meant to be fixed. Like filling out a multiple choice test. You bubble in answer after answer and sometimes get it wrong.
Just for some reason, a really funny analogy.
If I let even one miscalculation slip by, then the life I worked so hard for will come crashing down in an instant. So I'll keep erasing those mistakes until they're correct. As long as I learn from my mistakes, as long as I make the correct choice in the end, that's how I'll achieve success. Teriko, I'm asking you to reconsider. Once again, I am not the culprit. Your evidence is shaky at best. If you were to think about this carefully, you'll see that it makes no sense for me to be Xander's murderer. Don't you remember? I stayed by your side when no one else did. Why would I put myself in such a precarious position if I were the killer?
Considering the evidence...
In addition, Ace is correct in asserting that a pen cannot be used to break open a light switch. I simply do not know where you got that absurd idea.
I always love to see, in the trials, how the Blackened decides their way to fight back. I think that's always neat to see their strategy or lack thereof, depending on who Blackened is.
I got the idea only because you were with me during the entirety of my investigation. I saw it in your pocket once or twice. Because it was made of metal and caught the light, it drew my attention.
Bling. Ta-da!
Is something the matter? Just now, I could have sworn I saw a flash of light. Something made of solid metal like that could probably could have been used to open words. Something made of solid metal like that probably could have been used to break open the light switch, right?
That seems unlikely.
Seems unlikely.
Even if the pen was made out of solid metal, I don't think it could have easily been used for that purpose. That was what I was going to say, Teriko. I think you're going a bit too far with this theory of yours. Besides, I don't have that pen with me. I've left it in my room the whole time.
Really? I saw it in your pocket earlier.
Sure about that?
Are you sure you aren't making that up or misremembering things? Perhaps you're so focused on this strange theory of yours that your mind is concocting false memories to support your case.
Just give it up.
Give it up, Teriko. This is going nowhere.
And then I don't remember exactly like what our post-trial conversation is of like confronting Min about all of this, but it is very interesting that Min had made, I think, a split-second decision of, oh no, Xander's killing Teriko right now, I gotta go do something to stop this, and kills Xander, either purposefully or just was trying to knock him out or something, and then now she's here in this class trial and she's like, well shoot, now my life is on the line. Even though I did this to save you, Teriko, now I've gotta just do what I can to save myself. What a troubling predicament, and just so interesting psychologically thinking about like how you reckon with that. Initially trying to save someone, now I gotta kill you.
Teriko, I really don't think that the culprit used a pen in a murder scheme. It's quite a far-fetched idea. You haven't lost it, have you?
Wow, you're right, Teriko. Min's pen really is made out of solid metal. That's where she was sneaking off to.
What the?
Ah, this must be how she cracked open the light switch. She must have used this hidden switchblade inside her pen. Oh. Da-da-da-da. Way to go, Are.
What are you doing with that?
So cool.
So cool! Look, everyone! If you pull off this end here, it reveals a knife underneath. Wait just a moment. How'd you even get that? I thought
Dumbass.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't notice at all when I pickpocketed you moments ago. For an ultimate student, you really are a big dumbass, huh? I suppose Min was so focused on her argument with Teriko, but she didn't notice Aure taking it out of her pocket. It's a well-known phenomenon that when a person focuses hard on one thing, they often fail to notice other obvious stimuli. That's inattentional blindness for you. Did you notice the gorilla that passed behind me on the screen? It was all shiny, just like Teriko said. Of course I had to take it. Yes. Finders keepers. I'm serious. Jeez, and you seriously took this into the trial room? Talk about an oversight. I don't think it's that much of an oversight. Normally, none of us would have suspected her simply for carrying what appears to be an innocuous pen on her person.
I suppose...
Besides, no one had anticipated that these class trials would be held in such close quarters. It makes sense that Min thought her secret pen was safest in her own pocket. A penknife? I know that's a thing, but I've never seen one in person. And they're certainly not unheard of, though. I guess that explains how you stripped the light switch. All you had to do was use that knife to pry it open. Like whacking the lid off of a cold can of beans. Okay. That would explain those strange scratches on the wall. Used a blade to open it, after all.
You're a damn liar.
You lied about not having the pen because you didn't want us to find out about the hidden blade, right? I had my doubts before, but your suspicious behavior now makes me believe that you may indeed have been involved with this murder.
That means nothing.
I really, truly did not know any of what you were talking about. Your reasoning doesn't make any sense. It's simply illogical. And the sprites, I was looking at, like, for sprite sheets things that they so kindly have uploaded to the public for, like, fan projects and stuff. And, like, there's so many sprites, and they're so good. I just want to gush about that for a moment. None of this evidence adds up to anything. Oh, wow. She's really panicking now. I'm not panicking. I'll admit, I've had that pen with me the whole time. But just because my pen has a blade in it doesn't mean that I'm the culprit. It's simply a coincidence, nothing more. There's plenty of other tools that the real culprit could have used to expose the light switch's wiring.
Ridiculous.
Once again, you still have no proof that I was at the scene of a crime, other than a series of coincidences. I thought of a better way that we could prove that you were at the scene of a crime. We could use chromatography to compare the pen's ink with the out-of-order sign. Alright, can you give me that pen? Wait!
Sure.
Just wait a second, please!
I don't get it.
I'm lost. What's whatever? Chromatography is a method used to analyze ink. It's also a common activity done in school science classes, so you may be familiar with this in some form. Ooh, I love it. Brilliant glasses. By placing a dot of ink on the bottom of a paper strip and letting a solvent, in this case water, run through the ink, the various components of the ink separate out into different colors. Ooh, neat. Different varieties of ink are made differently. Therefore, the resulting color patterns can be used to identify specific brands. In this case, I can tell that the ink in Min's pen is the same ink that was used in the out-of-order sign. Awesome. Don't you need to see the out-of-order sign to compare it with? That's fine, I remembered it. Oh, I forgot. Since I had already memorized the stain pattern on the sign, it wasn't necessary for me to compare the two. I forgot that none of you have the same kind of memory that I do. Rose is great. She's a really fun character. I see. The colors really are the same. I suppose that proves Min's pen was used to make that sign. Anyway, that's proof that you're the culprit, right, Min?
I
But...
That seems like irrefutable proof to me. I'm convinced that you're guilty, Min. If this chromatography is so useful, then why the hell didn't you do this earlier, Rose? This sort of forensic analysis wouldn't be all that useful for locating a culprit. Only for confirming someone who's already a suspect. It's simply unrealistic to try and test every single pen or marker that we could find to see if it matches up with this note. Right now, we're lucky in that the culprit used a one-of-a-kind pen. But for any ink samples that came from a generic brand pen, we wouldn't gain much information. Veronica. I really wanted to know who wrote the note to kill Terako Tawaki. Don't we all? Generic pens. You mean that kind that can be found in the storage room, right? Your eyes are really pretty, Levi. Yeah. Basically the kind of materials that anyone here can easily get their hands on. For that kind of evidence, pinpointing their origin doesn't really help us solve any mysteries. I'm no gambling woman, but I'd be willing to bet that Xander got a blank DVD from storage as well. Back to what I was saying. Right now, chromatography is only useful for our current situation, which is demonstrating that Min is most likely the one who created this note. Min, it couldn't be! What do you have to say to that, Min?
You're wrong.
That's all wrong!
There's no way.
I'm not the culprit, I'm really not! Are you alright, Min? She's definitely not alright. She's realizing that her case is hopeless and freaking out about it. This kind of sucks to watch. You're all wrong, all of you! I am not the culprit! How am I wrong?
Evidence is there.
The evidence is there. You're wrong, because that pen isn't even mine at all! I've never even seen it before! What are you talking about? It's definitely not what you were saying earlier. You're merely contradicting yourself now. She's lost it now, hasn't she? The dawning realization that she's cornered is causing her to lose that carefully cultivated, cool facade.
It's amazing.
This is amazing.
Lose their sanity is
Oh, she's speaking this line. Let me...
It's amazing. Watching someone lose their sanity is desperately clawed towards an ever-dwindling hope for survival. It's so much better than any story I could have ever read.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Veronica. You're forgetting these are real people, though. Accept it, Min. I figured you out as a culprit. You're not getting away with your crime.
That's not true.
I'm not the culprit at all. There's no way that could be true. I never wanted to kill him. It was a mistake, I swear. It doesn't count.
Even so.
Is that an admittance of guilt? Regardless of your intentions, the fact remains that Xander died as a direct result of your actions.
You're lying.
No, he didn't! You're making this up! All of you are just making everything up! Min, please!
I wanted to save you.
I only wanted to save your life, Teruka. Please don't fight me. I wanted to save your life, but now I gotta kill you because I gotta save mine. Sorry, Min, but I've got no choice.
I'll prove you wrong.
I prove without a doubt that you're Xander's murderer. Ooh, the argument armament. Oh,
wrong.
so good.
I'm not the killer. Your evidence makes no sense. It was just a mistake.
She's no longer a graduate. She lost her diploma.
To believe it. I'm not the killer.
They're so good at mimicking the mini games in Danganronpa.
All killed. It was just a mistake. Your evidence makes no sense. I'll fix your mistake.
Better blow.
If I stabbed him, wouldn't
You
that be
inverted
covered
your
in sin?
jacket.
It ends here.
Wow. Sorry, man.
You try your best, but you don't succeed.
It's true that you would be unable to easily wash off any bloodstains on your clothes. That sort of cleaning takes time, and you already spent a good amount of time covering up the murder. Any more time wasted and the others would become suspicious. You couldn't have covered up with a towel because there's no evidence of a bloodstained towel anywhere. Not even in the bedrooms.
The truth is...
The solution is that you inverted a jacket and wore it backwards to catch the blood splatter. You wouldn't have used Xander's jacket because, as we discussed earlier, Xander's body shows no signs of being moved after it was stabbed. Therefore, you must have used your own. Afterwards, you could simply put on your jacket normally and hide the bloodstains long enough to get through this investigation and the class trial.
That's...
Min Jung, if you want to prove me wrong, then take off your jacket.
I can't.
Why can't you? I've seen you without your jacket before. You had no problem taking it off earlier. But you can't now, can you? You can't take off your jacket because that's irrefutable proof that you killed Xander Matthews. And that's final. If Min cannot defend herself against this final point, then there's no doubt that she's the murderer. I can't believe it. You of all people being a murderer and trying to get us all executed, just so that you would survive.
Did you really kill Xander?
Min, what do you have to say for yourself?
I didn't mean to.
She didn't
I didn't mean to kill Xander.
You just want to make him stop.
I saw Xander standing there over Teriko's body. I moved without thinking and doused him with a bucket of water I was holding. I only wanted to save Teriko from dying. That was why I did it. And I truly didn't plan to kill Xander at all.
But the look Xander gave me, when he turned around, I knew that Xander would have killed me
That's
too.
crazy. That's... I want to know what you're thinking, Xander. Because if that is the case, that is like, well, fuck, I gotta kill Min too now. Then his goal wasn't just to kill Teriko. Maybe killing Teriko was the first step, and then the second was like, okay, now with this murder, I gotta do whatever frick I can to get out of here. So what's going on, Xander? What's going on with you? But I love Min's tactic of like, just douse him with water and stop, boy, down. Bad Xander, stop trying to kill people.
I was terrified for my own life, so I quickly moved to knock him out. I wasn't thinking at the time. Without considering the consequences of my action, I turned off the lights and broke the light switch with the weapon I had on me.
Must have done that shockingly fast. Either that or Xander was just too stunned to move. It's just interesting that, like, if he instantly, oh no, I have to kill Min, and she had time to, hurry, turn off the lights, break this light switch so I can electrocute him, and, like, he didn't just, like, stab her in that time. That's wild.
Then he was dead.
That's rough, buddy.
I want to take it back.
Me
It was a
too.
mistake. I didn't mean to kill him. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That's it. A full admission of guilt. Your testimony gives me the final piece I need to clear up this case once and for all. I'll show everyone here how you perform the murder.
Let's go over this case from the very beginning.
Comic panels.
It all started when Xander Matthews asked me to meet him at nighttime in the computer lab, claiming that he had some sort of plan to defeat the mastermind.
Dark.
However, this was all a lie. In truth, Xander was planning to take advantage of my trust in order to murder me.
So sad. Stab.
When we met up, Xander stabbed me with a knife that he had taken from the kitchen and I fell unconscious.
Charles. Oh boy. Meanwhile, as part of Xander's murder plan, Charles Cuevas discovered a fake DVD labeled Charles Cuevas Motive at his door. What a weird thing. Guess I'll check it out. Oh wait, never mind. Because Mono TV had announced that it would release a motive soon, Charles believed this to be a real motive and wanted to investigate it in the computer lab. Charles is so dang cute. Look at his sweet face. Charles eats his meals after everyone else, so Xander could isolate him and make sure that he arrived after Xander had stabbed me. It was important that Charles saw my bloody body because gotta trigger his trauma. Charles has a phobia of blood and dead bodies, which Xander found out on accident. Because of his weakness, Charles would be unable to interfere with the murder, nor even defend himself at the trial. Snatch. And, like, that's another thing that really speaks to, like, what the heck is going on in Xander's head. Like, he's willing to trigger people's trauma for his own goals. Fully intended to go into this trial and win it, to get out of here, to defeat the mastermind, or to do something else outside of here. I don't know. He was dead set on doing it by any means necessary. It's just crazy, because he was just such a sweet guy before all these dark revelations. He was just a good man. Fight against the things that were wrong, and he has been doing the most wrong. Xander was easily able to steal from Charles some items that he would use to pin the crime on him. This is a cool pose. Yeah, I'm so ready to pin this murder on Charles. He's fucked. No one's catching me, man. He took one of his spare gloves and ripped it up to suggest that Charles had gotten into a fight with me. He also took Charles's motive DVD and put it in a disc reader. Upside down, like a fool. However, Xander had accidentally put the DVD in a CD reader, as well as upside down, which erased some of the marker. Then Min, just carrying on things, just like, la la la, I'm cleaning. In the meantime, Min Jung was transporting cleaning supplies from the laundry room. From the laundry room to the kitchen to clean up a mess that I had made earlier. Bye, Charles. Peek? She saw Charles fleeing from the computer lab and went to investigate. Then Min saw Xander standing over my body. They must have both noticed each other. Xander was so determined to succeed in his murder of me that he would have killed anyone who got in his way. And Min realized this too. Splash. In an act of self-preservation. And this kind of like makes it more clearer to me with Min, like, saying here that in an act of self-preservation, she did this, framing it in, like, she didn't just do this to save Teriko. It wasn't just a selfless act. It was also just happenstance. Oh no, I accidentally walked into this dangerous situation. I'm not just doing this to save Teriko. I'm doing this to save myself. And then, like, that provides more context to, like, why Min wasn't just readily letting herself take the fall for this. Because up until now, I was just kind of wondering, why bother trying to save Teriko here if you're going to let her die for you later? It's because it may not have necessarily been for Teriko at the start, just trying to save herself and still trying to save herself and just trying to get through this the best she can. In an act of self-preservation, she distracted Xander by dousing him in the bucket of water that she was carrying. That explains why there were puddles of water everywhere around the crime scene. Click. Yeah, she did that very succinctly. Good on you, Min. Next, Min quickly turned the lights off and used her switchblade pen to strip the light switch. Naturally, Xander would reach to turn the lights back on, as he was unable to see what was going on. Because he was soaked in water and touched the electric circuit, he was killed by an electrical shock. He sure looks shocked. Up until now, Min never intended to commit a murder. However, realizing that Xander was dead, she decided to try and pin the murder on me in order to survive the class trial. And that also, because not only was she trying to save herself in this class trial, but she also, like, made no efforts in, like, protecting or defending Teriko in any way when everyone was ganging up on her. Giving me more understanding for that, because if, like, this was a selfless act, an 100% selfless act from her, where she is just saving Teriko, I remember I was a bit confused going through this. Like, well, if you did this to save me, you'd think that, I don't know, I know you don't want to die, Min, but I think I would have thought you'd be my buddy and kind of, like, help me not take the whole blame for this. But no, she wants to live, and that's fair. To obfuscate the crime scene, she performed several tasks. Clean, clean, clean. Min rearranged our bodies to make it look as if we fought and cleaned up the bloodstains left from where my body originally was. Bloop. She put the light switch back on. Out of order. To divert our attentions and make us believe that the light switch naturally broke, she forged an out-of-order note with her pen and a piece of paper she found on Xander's body that she cut to size. Stab. Finally, in order to disguise Xander's true cause of death, she took the kitchen knife and stabbed Xander in the throat. Normally, this would have stained her clothes with blood, and it did, but then she hid them. However, she inverted her dark jacket and used it as a smock to catch the blood stains, and then wore it normally again to hide those stains. How uncomfy. She then put the kitchen knife in my hands. Finally, her alterations to make it seem like I had killed Xander were complete. Ha ha ha, it's all good. However, the entire time she was trying not to clue Hu and Eden to the fact that she was performing a murder, so she rushed through and left many mistakes.
That is the truth of this case. You murdered Xander and then tried to place the blame on me. Isn't that right, Min Jun, the ultimate student?
Dun dun dun. Trial close.
Voting time!
Seems like you're all in agreement. Are we ready to vote? Please use your monopads to input who you think the killer is. As the trial comes to conclusion, get ready to find out what the final verdict is. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? I can't wait to find out. Let's vote.
Voting results. Who killed Xander Matthews? Da, 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 da. 2 votes for Teriko. Ooh, who's the second person that voted for? Surely Min's one of them. The other one could be... I don't know. We'll keep going, see if I can glean anything from what people say.
Congratulations!
You got it right. The blackened culprit who killed Xander Matthews is Min Jung, the ultimate student.
Teriko's just like, these motherfuckers. One of them still voted for me. This can't be happening. You really killed Xander? I never would have expected you to do something like that.
You were a friend. The two of us, we spent time together. So why did this happen? In the end, someone like you was the first blackened? Even I'm a little surprised by this outcome.
How could you?
Min, how could you?
Something as horrible as this murder. As horrible as this class trial. How dare you? You killed Xander, and you were perfectly willing to kill everyone else here to escape. Min isn't the only one to blame here. This all started because Xander tried to commit a murder first. 2 of us turned out to be murderers. There might be more. We all know that, but it's not a pleasant thought. This is
is fucked up! Why did you have to drag out this trial? If you had come clean from the start, I'm sure we all would be in a much better place. Would we? Rose, did you forget that she's gonna die? Are we all done here? I'll give you all a few more minutes to say your final words before I commence the execution. Execution? Did we not talk about executions yet? I think we must have.
I'm not going to die, am I? If I get executed, I'm going to die. But that's not going to happen, right?
Oh, her
That won't
eyes.
happen because I don't want to die.
You read the rules, didn't you? You can't avoid your death. As a participant of this killing game, you're fated to die.
This isn't fair.
This isn't fair at all! I was just trying to knock him unconscious! I was only trying to save your life, Teruko! Then why didn't you confess earlier? Why did you go to so much trouble to hide your crime? That's the thing. That's it right there. I was afraid of dying. If you were in the same situation, you would have done the same. You were afraid of death? Is that why you stayed by my side during my investigation? It wasn't out of kindness, or because you wanted to help me. You just wanted to steer my investigation in the wrong direction, and take my life by winning the trial. Or did you want to win my trust by helping me out when no one else would, so that I would believe your lies? That's not... Even I don't quite understand why I acted on some inexplicable feeling at the time. But I had to know that you were alright.
You're wrong.
All this talk about wanting to save me. What nonsense. You didn't choose to save my life. Fate will always intervene whenever my life is at stake. In some form or another. That's why you acted without knowing why. That's a really interesting thing. That people around Teruko can potentially act out of character if it's for the means of keeping her alive. Teruko's whack luck that makes it impossible for her to die. They can just control the whims of others. It's an interesting angle. You didn't help me out of your own volition. I don't owe you anything. Please, I don't want to die. Min. Teruko, I'm sorry,
Huh?
Min, what are you doing? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't want to die. Please. I just wanted to save you. Min, cut that out. I can't stand it.
And I'm so curious about, like, what the truth is within Min herself. Such a dramatic scenario like this, it can be so easy for, like, you yourself to misconstrue your own intentions and, like, what you think you were doing. Min could fully believe, like, no, I'm certain that I must have done this for a good reason. I'm sure I only went to kill Xander so that I could save you, not to save myself. Those human contradictions within yourself that pop up in, like, the way that you act, just those conflicts are so real, and I really like to see that from Min. Like, it's very possible that she did this for her own reasons or to save Teruko. Like, both are very possible. It's very compelling. A really good Blackened. I really like the case here.
Stop saying that you don't want to die or you meant to save me. Just stop it.
Just so many good moving parts, like with Xander doing plots and then Teruko's whole thing of, like, I cannot die, and then Min coming in here and, like, saving herself, saving Teruko, saving herself, and doesn't know what she's doing and why, but she just doesn't want to die. She doesn't want anyone to die. It's an impossible situation. What are you gonna do?
You're going to die. You committed a murder and you're going to die for it.
And then Teruko, she's a character that wants to build up walls more than anything. She's been hurt so many times before, and she is sick of it. So she's just doing her best to block herself off from all of this. Someone that she thought she could trust, Xander, tried to kill her, and now this person just saying, like, I tried to save you. I don't want this. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want any of this to happen. And, like, I can't engage with this. Okay, you're gonna die. That's gonna happen. So just stop this. Stop trying to make me feel bad for you. Stop trying to make me feel anything about you. I gotta protect my feelings here.
I have no sympathy for someone like you whatsoever. Let go of me.
Like, whether or not that's true, at the very least, she can't. That's pain that she does not want. I had thought that if I said such cruel words to Min, she'd let go. I thought that she'd turn bitter and angry at the person she had sacrificed her life to save. I almost wished that she said that she hated me. But instead she held me even tighter. She held on as if I had somehow shown her some great act of kindness in the fleeting time before her death.
Let go.
Don't you understand, Min? I can't save you. You're going to die because of me.
I said, let go. Please, let go. Before
I feel something. Before I grow attached once more. Exactly, yes. I have no choice but to watch you go. For the sake of my feelings and yours, we shouldn't have cared about each other. Finally, she let go. Sorry.
This isn't fair at all. Surely Min doesn't have to be executed for this. Executed? Is something like that really gonna happen?
No way!
Shit, something like that. This isn't actually real, right?
What's going to happen to her? Oh, man. I'm so sorry.
Alright, your time is up. Let's wrap it up now. I have a very special punishment prepared for the ultimate student, Min Jung.
I'm sorry, Teruko. Min, I never got to tell you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Thrown to the dogs. An idiom meeting to discard someone as worthless. I want to read things. Time remaining, 5 seconds. Penalty for failure, your arm. I do remember this being brutal when I watched it the first time. Test instructions. Answer within the time limit. Write legibly. Do not contest the results. Ugh. How many vertebrates are in the average human spine? Correct. Devise a solution to Riemann hypothesis. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Wrong. No. Oh, man. It's awful. God. Wrong. God, it's the worst. Oh. Man, and then when she uses it, like, fuck. Oh, God, I'm gonna cry. The executions that are always the best to me is when we get to see the Blackened fight so brutally for her lives. Most notably, like, Harumi, her just desperately climbing up that thread, or Peko fighting against a swarm of soldiers, or Gundam making his magic circle. Like, things like that always hit the hardest to me. Like, it's so brutal, just doing everything you can to try and make it through this, even though it's futile. It's, the worst. Prone to the dogs. Yeah. Now I gotta talk as model TV.
The wolf. A distant descendant of a dog. Which is what I am. Great way to finish things off, don't you think? What? What the fuck?
That iconic Kazuichi what the fuck playing in my brain.
I can't fucking take this anymore. I'm gonna puke.
Get me out of here.
Get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Someone, anyone out there, please help me.
This is simply too absurd for words. How awful. Why is this happening?
How horrific!
Min died in such a cruel manner. Min! Wasn't that entertaining? Entertaining? Is this your idea of entertaining? Charles, okay, buddy.
I love to imagine, well, I hate to imagine, but just like Charles was getting really close to this, like, hey, I'm kind of gathering my senses here. Where am I? And just Min getting freaking severed, just like, nope, oh, fuck, nope. Disassociate, I can't be here, I'm gone, goodbye world. Oh, Charles. Jeez, that was terrible. Terrible. Cannot even begin to describe that scene. That was horrendous. Even after everything she put us through, I still cannot help but pity Min's fate. I've seen enough. There's no point in keeping my hopes up anymore.
I'm certainly going to die here.
Fuck! This is your damn fault, Mono TV! You're the one who put us in this messed up situation to begin with! Now people are dying as a result of your stupid, fucked up, complete bullshit TV show! Let the crazy out, let the crazy out.
Why are you all so surprised? You voted her as the Blackened too, didn't you? You all knew that she would die, yet you made the choice anyway.
It's laugh or cry!
That's so cruel! Don't you feel any sympathy at all? Even though Min tried to pin the crime on you, in the end, not even she deserves something like this!
You're wrong. She made a choice to kill, and she paid her price. The same happened with Xander.
I'm going to make my heart dark and cold so I don't feel things!
What is wrong with you? You have no right to talk like that. Those two were your friends, weren't they?
Friends? Don't make me laugh. They tricked me into trusting them to carry out their own plans. It's my own fault for getting close to anyone. I've had enough. I'm leaving now.
Teriko, please! I know you're upset, but please calm down!
Get away from me! I'm done with you all. I'm done pretending to be friends with everyone here. Every single one of you was perfectly willing to vote me to my death. I'm the one who steered the trial in the right direction. I saved all your goddamn lives, even though none of you deserve that! If I get close to anyone, I'm going to be betrayed. I can't do that to myself. I don't want to be hurt again.
And like her frustration is so real, because really in that trial, they were dog on her so hard. Totally understand Teriko in this moment, like just being hurt again and again and again. It's like, I'm fucking done with it. I don't want this. If it's not going to stop, then I'm just gonna stop caring. Gotta shut myself off however I can.
So I'm never going to trust anyone. Never again.
End of chapter 1. Woo. To be continued. Alright. Oh good! Min's favorite oversized jacket. It keeps her comfortable while she studies. Recently it seems to have gotten just a bit dirty. It's fine. Just put it in the wash and it'll be good as new. And that is chapter 1 of The Spare Time. Next time, we'll be going through chapter 2. Still not quite in blind territory yet, but my memories of chapter 2 are so hazy that I'm at least 80% blind for it. So I hope to see you then. Bye!